Welcome to Cut the Ish, Real Talk Sports, where we strip away the fluff and get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight? I hope y'all having a great Saturday evening. WNBA is back, but we here up in on Cut the Ish. We're gonna get into some deep chronological. We're gonna talk about the Chicago Sky and what forced Angel Reese out of Chicago. But before I do that, let me say hey to my co-host. What you doing, Duval? How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. Just trying to put everything together. So we'll have a timeline of chronological events of what was established when it comes to the articles that was hit pieces for Angel Reese.
I'm with you. You ready to get into it? Because I think it goes way. It goes. I hope we going all the way back to when she was drafted.
Yeah, I got you.
'Cause I think it was doomed from the start. There's some telling things to what was going on in that franchise, but they out here trying to right now what they trying to do is rewrite history, and we're not gonna let them do it. We're not gonna let them do it. So that's what we talking about tonight. We're gonna talk about um what led up to Angel Reese finally getting traded from the Chicago Sky. And it started long for me, well, at least for me, in my opinion, it started long before Vandersloot rolled her little doo-wop self back in the building, even though I still think some of that stuff was going on behind the scenes.
Yes.
So um I guess where do you want to start? Do you want to start from draft night or you want to start at a specific place?
No, we start for draft night.
Okay. I would okay, well on draft night, right?
Hmm.
I would say, they took Camila Cardoso, but then they traded up, right, to get to Angel. Is that correct?
Yes, they traded up from the eighth pick to the seventh pick. They had the eighth pick because of the Kai Copper trade. And then, like I said, Minnesota had the seventh pick because they had. I think
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota had barely made the playoffs the previous season, but they really loaded up their roster. But they had the seventh pick, and they said they wasn't on pick Angel at the seventh pick. That's what word on the street was, but who knows? But either way, the Chicago Sky made sure that they traded, said the pick swap, which was the 2025 draft, to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they secure the rights for Angel Reese.
Yeah, because somebody said, and I could be wrong. Did they give up like um a draft pick in the 2026 draft to get to Angel Reese? What was that deal? Because they gave
They,
up something to go up.
yeah, they first they had the pick swap for the
Mm-hmm.
2026 draft, and then after that it was what made them give up the pick outright was remember that the Haley Van Lith trade, and that
Mm-hmm.
what lifted the pick swap.
So they actually, so let me get this straight. So they went and traded up to get Angel Reese.
Yeah.
They had already taken Camila Cardoso, which
Yes.
which both of them were considered two dominant bigs in the paint, if that's what you would consider them right then at that time. At that specific time, they was two dominant players that operated mainly in the paint.
Hmm.
And then they proceeded to go into that season with Teaspoon as the head coach. Jeff P had just been promoted to general manager maybe a month after Teaspoon became coach. And
Hmm.
they came into that season um, with no perimeter shooting with two dominant bigs on the roster.
Matter of
Is that
fact,
correct?
Yeah, that's correct. But now I'm kind of awake, so I'm good now. Let me. I'm finna. We finna add some video proof to this. I'm finna send you Instagram now. So
Okay.
now we finna jump around. So now we finna show video proof. I don't know who video that I just took, but like I said, they'll be all right. Um,
You taking people videos?
yeah, basically, but they'll be all right. We'll just talk through it so we won't get no copyright strike. But now you could just click on that video,
Okay.
and this will be the video proof of the draft night.
Okay. Hold on. I'm bringing it up. Hold on. Let me do that. Do that. YouTube. Hey, what's going on, members? Y'all come on in the building. You can say hey to some of y'all before I play. What's up, big girl? What's up, AL504? What's up, Green Thumb? We are taking us back. All right, here. Let me.
Go
Why is this messed up like that? Hold on, y'all.
God,
I
that was
always no. It's I'm talking about my graphics. It's not you. Uh, gotta make it fit into the box. That's all. I case that be on a player. All right, here we go. There we go. Save. I had messed it up. All right, here we go.
so. This is Chicago Sky official YouTube page. So you could go back to when they about to select Camilla, and you can see where they about to select Angel, cause that's the draft office.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna press play and then we'll jump around and see.
okay.
Yeah, unless you know the time slots.
Nah,
No.
you can just drag it
Yeah.
forward till you see the draft room
Okay, hold on.
right there. That probably draft room right there.
Wait.
Right there. You just pass it.
All right.
We're very fortunate to have very passionate basketball fans and minds here with the coaching staff. So passionate about the game that it's really exciting to talk about players that can come in and help us now, help us in the future, grow here. So we're really excited. I think a couple months ago, there was a lot of unknown. The last couple players declared the draft class was really strong. So the first round, second round, even the third round, you're going to see some real players now that could stick. But yeah, we have some organizational pieces that we're going to be able to add. We're excited.
We are live here at
Nah,
the
it's fast
Brooklyn
forward.
Academy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Go for it. Go.
Right, maybe right here.
Yeah.
Let me go right here.
Los Angeles, make your selection when ready. Cameron Brink from Stanford.
He said, look how happy he was with the Camilla pick. That's who he wanted.
With the third pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Camilla Cardoso, University of South Carolina.
Pause it.
Okay.
Now fast forward to where the real drama began.
Okay. Hold on.
Cause the devil's a motherfucker line. We ain't finna lie tonight.
Hold on. Let me get to. All
Yeah,
right.
y'all know who we came to see. Gold, I got your back.
Is it right here? No.
Now fast forward that part. Gold, we got your back. This all Camilla still. We don't want to see Godzilla Camilla.
I love Camilla.
I
You
love her
stop being
too.
a.
Nah,
I'm trying to see where.
you see how happy he
right
was when he see. You see that face when he was with Camilla's face? That was Camilla. He wanted that pick.
Let's see.
Look right there.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Is this? I think this might be Angel right here. Here we go. Hold on a second.
Come on.
20 seconds.
Washington select Sophia Edwards.
See Sidney Johnson. Happy. All the assists. Team Angel.
Trust your board. Trust your board. Trust your board. Trust your board.
You see how mad that nigga was?
Okay, so Chicago received the number 7 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And the Minnesota received the number 8 pick in the 24 draft. Sika Cone, 2025 second right, and the rights to swap the 2026 first round pick.
It was a first pick swap, and then they gave up the pick swap outright when Haley Van left.
Just to move up to get Angel Reese. And fast forward 2 years later, they're trading a player they gave up a first round pick for. Am I correct?
Yeah, they gave up the pick swap for, yes.
All right, that's what I wanted.
Like I said, the pick was gave up outright for Haley Van Lith in the next year draft. Because remember, Minnesota was picking the 11th pick in the 2025 draft, and Angel wanted Haley Van Lith, so they traded the outright instead of the pick swap. Now they just had to pick outright in the 2026 draft to select Haley Van Lith for the 2025 WNBA draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they got the number 2 pick.
Mm-hmm. But my question is this: why do any of that? Why trade up if you didn't want Angel Reese?
Panic. I think Teaspoon panicked because they said Sherry Reese didn't want him, but what people didn't factor in is this was word on the street. Vegas wanted Angel that year. So who's to say Vegas wouldn't have traded up in that spot and got Angel before Chicago Sky? If Chicago Sky would have stayed still. Imagine if she would have went to Vegas. They probably would have won 5 straight. But
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm just trying to see as the GM what he is doing, that he's trading up for players he don't completely want to build around, and then he drafted a player that was similar to his number 3 pick.
Because what y'all got to factor in was this. He did not have complete autonomy in that draft. Remember, Teaspoon was hired first, before him.
Mm-hmm.
So Teaspoon had a lot of say of who would get selected in that draft, in addition to him. Now, he gained that power throughout the course of, I guess, the first season.
Mm-hmm,
but it was both of them had that shared amount of power in that same draft. Because, like I said, Teaspoon was hired first. It wasn't Jeff P was hired first. Jeff P got hired after, like I want to say a month and a half after Teaspoon was hired.
He did.
So that's what I'm saying. Teaspoon wanted Angel. She told y'all that. She told y'all that's why she went to the LSU game, sat on the other side of the bench. Why even Angel knowing that she went out to see her. Nobody knew that she was going to scout Angel Reese. But what she revealed, I think on Angel Reese podcast at the time, she had talked to Kim Mulkey about Angel, and I believe she probably talked to Kim Mulkey about Angel based on what she hearing with that LSU situation. Because I think the LSU situation scared off a few teams about Angel, and Angel like offensive, I want to say rawness, when it came to, say how raw she was offensively, and then, the rumors with, the LSU in the locker room, I think that scared off a few teams. Because, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was her. I don't know if it was, because she was a 50% field goal shooter even then, but I would say that the controversy with Caitlin Clark is probably what scared people. I don't think it was her game, to be honest with you, at all, because she was one of the best bigs in college.
She was, but there was still, you got to think about it from a scouting standpoint, there was still like fundamental stuff. Like a fundamental, remember, Angel wasn't a shooter like that. Angel, like I said, say you think people wouldn't pick on stuff like this because, like I said again, she made it work when it comes to her technique, but her technique wasn't ideal. You know, she made it work for her, but sometimes people could feel like, would that work long term, especially against better competition?
Yeah, and I call BS on a lot of these people. I think even from the scouting point of view, and this is just my point of view, they got a lot of bigs that get taken that don't even have the numbers of Angel Reese. I mean, there's a lot of them that went in the first, especially at the seventh pick. Um, Now, if you talk about her being a top three, maybe I can understand where you're coming from. But being a number 7 or 8 pick, I don't um, I don't understand what people was talking about. But I will say this: it had to be. They knew she wasn't gonna fall too much further for
Yeah.
them to trade up.
Because like I said, word on the street was Vegas was on trade up again that spot to get
Right?
Angel.
Yeah.
Because Asia wanted Angel.
Yeah.
That was word on the street. And when it comes to, you said the top 3 pick, that's not even true. Because what word on the street was, the Sparks wanted Angel at 2. But the wrong people wanted Angel at 2. And what I mean by the wrong people, not to say they was wrong, but the people that didn't have the final say, which was Magic Johnson and Kurt Miller. Jeannie Buss, who's the owner, of course she got final say, and the current GM of the Sparks wanted Cam Brink. That's what the divide, that's what the disconnect was. Of course, they won out. But if it was the Kurt Miller Magic, Angel would have got selected there too. So they believed in her. But there were people that didn't believe in Angel. And like I said, part of what they, like I said, the controversy with the LSU, the Caitlin Clark stuff, like the locker room with the Fly J stuff. And then part of it was people felt like were her offensive, not say inefficiency, because she was 50% shooting, but like her technique, would that translate to the W? They were concerned about that. That's why there were scouts that said she should have went back to school. But they was wrong, because you can't teach hard. You can't teach dog. You can't teach a mentality. And that's something that you have. That's something that you can't replicate. They really thought Angel was probably gonna be what Aaliyah Edwards is now. Aaliyah Edwards on her second team being the backup. Irrelevant.
I got a question. I think for some of these scouts, some of them need to be relieved of duty because reason why I say that is you had a Cheryl Reese
Yeah.
taking a Lisa Peely, and all you have to do is watch her play. You cannot tell me that you thought Lisa Peely was going to be more WNBA ready than Angel Reese
Let me ask you
in
this.
college by watching them in college.
Let me ask you this. Well, let me ask you this, so you could put this on the record. What did I say about Cheryl Reese?
Oh, I know that.
No. So put it on the record. So you know, say we know what it is.
She made a bad mistake. Yeah.
I ain't say that. What did I exactly say?
Yeah, I don't remember. We just said so much stuff.
See, that's why you should listen to me, Keysha, because like I said,
You ain't said so much stuff, man.
I know it, but you know what I'm saying, but it ain't too hard to remember what I said when I came to Cheryl Reese.
You said she should be fired. Yeah.
Now put it on the record. What I said again?
She should be fired.
That's exactly. She should have been fired. Because just like I said, if she would have took Angel Reese on April 15, 2024, she'll be on her 3rd championship right now. She'll won this year, she won last year. And she'll be on her 3rd one right now. If he would have got hurt the same way she got hurt in that last year playoff, Angel, Kayla McBride, Dejanay, and what's the girl name? Courtney Williams and Lon Smith would have been enough. Right or wrong? They still would have been enough to go to the finish line. Like I said, if everybody would have been healthy, including Fee, like I said, the 24 finals, they would have been swept. It would have been sweet. And probably, like I said, the only thing would have been different, Angel would have came off the bench her rookie year. Now, by her second year, she would have started. But her rookie year, she probably would have came off the bench. Probably wouldn't have played much early on Cause you know how Cheryl Reese is, say sometimes she could
Little
try to,
special stuff. Yeah, yeah.
say sometimes people like, well, even though somebody's special talent, but they'll do manipulative tactics like bench a person just to like kind of like humble them to try to bring them along slowly
Mm-hmm.
to make sure, to suppress whatever ego that they have. It don't
Right.
make sense, but sometimes it could be a psychological warfare between, especially if you got a coach that got a strong ego that feel like she she should be top dog in the program and ain't no player gonna be bigger than the program. And
Yeah.
I think Sheriff Reeves, if she would have did her homework and selected Angel, I think she would have treated her just like that. She would have got treated the same way where the Sparks got treated with Rakia. Remember, people fail forget first half, Rakia ain't really played like that.
No, Kurt Miller had her on the bench.
Yeah, Park, sit right there next to me. And only played that in the second half because one, most of the team got hurt, and then two, a lot of the fans started calling for it.
Right. Because they wasn't winning anyway.
So that's the only reason why she played in that second half. First half, she didn't even really play. Same thing with Leah Edwards. Leah Edwards ain't played a lot of the first half either. And she only started playing when, I want to say, Maisha Hines Allen got hurt, and then Shakira Austin got hurt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's when she got a little bit of run.
And then she got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, at that time, Stephanie Stossa was still starting. So Stephanie Stossa was the starter five at that time
I'm
for
just saying.
Washington.
I'm just saying this. I'm telling you, bro, by watching college for a long time, if Angel Reese came out in this draft right here, the one we just did, her numbers are still better than most of the bigs that were in it. How about I just go pull it up? What was that? 2026?
She her junior year was better than her senior year. Her junior year, she was 23-18. I think
Well, according to the draft board that I just had up, when she was drafted, because they have the statistics next to their name when they get up on the board. She averaged 18.6 a game, 12 rebounds a game, 1.9 assists a game, and 49.8 field goal percentage.
yeah, she had 18-12 senior year. But like I said, junior year, she was 23-18.
Correct. So if that same player was drafted in 2026, and I'm gonna put her up against some of the bigs that were taken in this draft, that's what I'm saying. Even if you drafted her today, shit, I'm trying to find our fam don't really have no data.
Not at
And
all.
Bet's numbers are 14.6 points a game, 7.7 rebounds a game, 1.9 assists a game, field goal percentage 61%. Let me see if there's another big.
Remember, in that same draft, 2024, Leah Edwards' number was worse than Angel's.
Yeah.
But she got selected before Angel.
Angela Dugalich, 7 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. She's a forward that's 6'3".
So I'm telling you, so basically, if she was drafted in this draft, not knowing what you know now, but just Angel getting drafted out of the draft, same way, under the same circumstances, she probably would have went fifth.
Yeah. Say like that controversy had never happened. Say like it was just based off of, that's what I'm saying. Just based off of no controversy, nothing to do with Caitlin. You think Angel would have went behind Dugalich?
I think without
And
the controversy and stuff like that, she probably went third.
even
She,
Cody McMahon, who had a phenomenal senior season, she still only averaged 16 points a game because they consider her a forward, small forward, but 16 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. The only other big, Medina Okot, 12 rebounds a game. 12 points a game, 10 rebounds a game.
she probably would have went third. She probably because we got the information that we got now, she probably still would have like I said, Dallas would still would have went easy for it. That
Probably
so
so. Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
was
yeah,
locked
yeah.
in on that pick.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Like I said, Sherry, she passed up on her in 2024. Even without the controversy, she probably would have passed up on her again because she would have probably felt like Angel wouldn't have been a 5.
And
So
Seattle took Iowa, which is another big. So, like you say, probably either went third or fourth.
yeah, remember she no Minnesota took Olivia Miles second, right?
Right? Yeah, they did.
So like I say, Seattle probably would have took a third. Cause remember they would already have Malonga.
Correct.
So they would have had their own version of Twin Towers with the third pick
Mm-hmm. Yes.
instead of our fam.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
that's why.
so
That's why, for me, in my opinion, Deval, that's the only reason why I was saying, in my opinion, most of this was because of the controversy. They wanted to. They wanted her to wait on draft night. You
yes.
know what I'm saying? Because I mean, she went after JC Sheldon. Now I watched JC Sheldon in college. Deval, was you? At least I watched it. I wasn't wild, Deval.
Not at all. But to be fair with Dallas, at that time Dallas did have
They did need a point guard. They did.
they had Natasha Howard at that time. They
They
had
did.
what the other bid? I wasn't talking about
Satu. They had Satu.
they had Satu as well coming off a first team All WNBA, which was the 2023 season.
Even though she kept getting hurt. Yeah, that's
But they
true.
also had I want to say they had Billings or what's the other bid? I think they had Billings in Dallas at that point.
No, they brought Billings in and then they cut her. Remember
Okay.
yeah, she was one of them people they brought in because they kept getting hurt the whole season that season,
Yeah, cause
and
I
they
know
kept bringing people in.
they had Natasha Howard. They had another bid. They had a
'Cause I
real
think she
talk.
got hurt. I think she got hurt too, Duvall. Natasha Howard.
Yeah,
I
she
think she
got
was
hurt.
out
She
most of
came.
the year.
Mm-hmm. And,
Yeah.
and then what's the other bid? I don't want to say. Did they have Crash Out McCown then?
They had crushed out McCown.
So she was started there. So
Yeah.
they set of bids around that time.
Yeah.
But like I said again, going back to that video, you can clearly see that Jeff P didn't want her. Like I said, word on the street was Jeff P wanted Celeste Taylor at that spot, who went to Phoenix. I think two picks later, and ended up getting cut before the first season.
And now you understand that I think the women's game is going to get to this, but we'll talk about this just briefly because I don't want to take us off track, Deval. But now that now you starting to see as a GM, even in the women's game, you have to really look at, even though yes, the W should draft for fit, right? But you also got to draft for talent because you can flip that talent
Of course.
into something that can give you multiple things that'll help your team. Like to walk away, like we were saying with who went third?
That
It
year.
was Seattle. Talking about this year.
Oh
We
yeah, it
was
was
like, remember when you was like, I'm surprised Cheryl Reese didn't take Lauren
our
Benson
fam.
too.
Our fam
Oh,
went number
our
3.
fan. Yeah, sometimes you gotta flip, whatever. But I get it. But
That what Cheryl
yeah,
Reese should have did. She should have took Angel, and like I said, even if it ain't worked, she could have flipped her.
she could have flipped her.
Yeah, somebody would
But
have took her.
instead you took Alyssa Peeler and you got nothing from Alyssa Peeler. Nothing from that pick.
Okay, we got money in chat. This a membership only live, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but they can
this
still give super chat. Hold
okay.
on, guys. Let me get my. But yeah, we diverged a little bit, but we coming back. John Chef, you up late at night with these jokes. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He say slide to the left, slide to the right, the boot style. He talking. Yeah, they danced a little bit until they couldn't dance no more out there in Minnesota. They surely did.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah, Cheryl Reese made a mistake and she stopped dancing for a little while. She look like right now. I watched them tonight. They trying to reload, but But anyway, we go move on
Before we
from.
move on, that's why going back to Cheryl Reese, I said she should have got fired because you not only you make a basketball decision, but you make a business decision as well. And if I'm that owner after the 24 finals, if we would have lost, if we lost because we were one player away, Cheryl Reese would have had to sit in front of me and explain to me, not only you cost me a championship, but you cost me money. You can't cost me both, man. You cost me one or the other.
And Duvall, you leave Peely in Chicago.
After Angel dropped what 24 and 15 on their ass, and
Yeah. Oh, was it the 2020 game? No, maybe that wasn't the 2020 game. But either
that
way it
wasn't
goes,
it wasn't that game. She had dropped 24 and like 15 on feed. That's the game they won.
and you leave Peely at a hotel undisclosed by herself. I mean, it just, and that's why I tell you about scouts. Like, Cheryl Reed's been doing this a long time. Sometimes you be doing it too long, DeVal, and you get too cute.
I think Cheryl Reese didn't want somebody bigger than the program because even in Cheryl Reese world, worst case scenario, it would have been a wasted pick. But with best case scenario, she would have hit under her system. Now you got somebody that's bigger than the program. She did not want somebody that's bigger than the program. Even at grade Fee Hills, Fee is first ballot Hall of Famer. She's not bigger than the program.
Well,
Said Cheryl Reed could still control the program and Fee because Fee will, I don't want to say humble herself under Cheryl, but she's not gonna buck, she's not gonna buck against Cheryl. But when you
guess
got,
what? Guess what, DeVal? Everybody got fired except for your girl Reed.
yeah, because 7 coaches got fired that year. So including Christy Size.
Yeah, who really didn't do nothing
Nah.
but make the Clarkies mad. But other than that, yeah, the rest of them people, everybody else that didn't win, that missed, the Misses coach was gone.
Yeah.
The Dallas coach was gone.
Tremor, yes.
Who else was gone?
Kurt Miller was gone with LA Sparks.
Yep, LA Sparks coach. He got now he leveled up, but he was fired as a coach.
Yeah, Teaspoon was terminated.
Which really wasn't his fault because he wanted the other pick. So
Yeah.
he got fired just cause. So
Teaspoon was terminated.
and she was terminated.
And Tanisha Wright was terminated with terminated with Atlanta. I think Atlanta was right after Chicago Sky pick.
Which leads me to my next question to you. If you draft 2 dominant bigs in Cardoso and Reese, you do know, everybody knows you need to have perimeter shooting around them, right?
Yes.
Explain to me, because we just go chronological, going down the timeline. You let me know when you want to interject your stuff. I just want to know, on that Chicago Sky team, the only real perimeter shooter was to me on that first team was Mabry, right?
Basically.
Is that what was there anybody else?
There wasn't nobody else. Maybe you could somebody like Dana Evans could get streaky as a shooter.
Right,
But
yeah,
she very
kind of.
inconsistent.
Yeah, because Kennedy Carter was a midi queen. You know what I mean?
Queen. But she wasn't a 3-point shooter. Remember, she heard her shoulder or something like that and stop her from shooting threes initially. But I think she got better at shooting threes now.
Yeah, she is. But my point is, so we just established that Mabry probably was the only pure perimeter shooter on that team.
Because Lazy Allen wasn't a shooter. And what's the girl name?
Shields was on there.
She wasn't a shooter, no.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You had Izzy on there. She wasn't a shooter.
Mid-range person.
Who else was I missing?
That was it.
Okay, so we have established Mabry was the only real perimeter shooter. Okay,
Yeah.
in mid-season, we trade Marina Mabry.
They did that because at that time, I think Jeff knew if they would have kept that team together, that would have been the 4th seed. If you've been the 4th seed, how can you convince the owner to terminate Teaspoon?
So that means you actively sabotage your own organization.
Basically. Because like I told you, Jeff P wanted Camilla. Teaspoon wanted Angel. Teaspoon picked one. And normally when situations like that happens, that person get the power in the organization. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
That person usually get the power within the organization to make decisions based on what's best for the organization. I think Jeff P seen what was coming. Because remember, Angel made an all-star team and everything at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jeff P seen what was coming down the pipe. So he said, well, let me do what I need to do what's best to slow the momentum of what this team really was. Because at that time, remember, this team was beating the Delivery, who won the championship that year. They beat the Aces, who was like one of the finalists. And they was the 7th seed at the All-Star break. They had a better record than the Fever. And they was like 6 games ahead of the team that was in the 9th spot at that time.
Mm.
And so, again, what happened was chronological of order. They got rid of Marina Mabry for 2 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 players that ain't worth wiping your behind with once you use the restroom.
So basically, you as a GM was tanking the season with that trade, but you kept telling the audience and everybody that you were in win now mode.
Yes.
And
Remember,
go ahead.
before you keep going, remember, I think Jefferson was already injured, so she didn't play at all. But I think Rachel Banner played like in a couple of games because she had a good game against her former team, Minnesota. But she had a 24-point game.
Yeah.
But all the other games, she had 2-3 points overnight. Because I think her average at that time was like 3.9 points a game. But she had like a 36% 3-point shooter. So we thought it was gonna work out because, like I say, she was great at shooting. We thought she was gonna just be a even swap for Marina Mabry because, like I said, more opportunities. Maybe you know what I'm saying.
Was not a starter. No, not at all.
But that what a Sky fan was trying to think. Well, former Sky fan. But that's what we were thinking at the time. Cause we like maybe if she get more of an opportunity, maybe you know what I'm saying, she could replace some of the scoring that Marina Mabry do, and we could be all right.
Because she had that one game where I think against Connecticut or somebody. Was it against Connecticut or she was on Connecticut? She had that one game where she
was on Connecticut, remember? Because remember she was on the team with AT and all them. Remember that team was loaded.
Yeah, she came
and she didn't play
with AT. Yeah, she didn't play.
And she
should have been our first indicator.
But remember, she played like at a couple games. In the Minnesota game, what the game she had 24. She had 24 with against Minnesota, which was her former team at the time. Remember, Minnesota drafted her, I believe.
But the brain bell should have went off when we realized that Stephanie White, who is a decent coach, was not playing Rachel Banner.
Not at all.
And that actual team that was the Connecticut Sun with AT in it could have used more shooting, but they had her on the bench.
Yep, and got Marina Mabry for that exact purpose.
Yes.
What they could have had Rachel Banner for at that time.
Yeah. If that's because that's what they was getting Marina Mabry for.
Yes.
Exactly what Rachel Banner was supposedly already been providing to the team.
She was already there.
She was already there. Hold on one second. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Amy Sue. We just talked about that. She said, do y'all remember when the Lynx cut Peter after Angel beat them in that game last season? We most certainly do remember. That's why Alyssa Pillar got left got left in Chicago, and she was cut that night. At least
Yeah.
I believe she was cut that night.
She'll cut that same day. Cause that was a
Yes.
day game. I remember that was a. I want to say that was a.
Maybe one of them camp games or something for
No, no, no,
kids.
no, 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 no. It was like a Saturday afternoon game. I remember that because I watched it
Oh,
at work.
okay.
Cause
Okay.
it was like I want to say it was like a 1 o'clock game or something like that. Cause I
Hmm.
remember they won. It was like 87, 82 or something like that. That was the score. Cause that was the game. If you remember that game, Angel, they couldn't stop Angel from rebounding and to the point where Fee had to pull her to the ground. And that's how Fee got that foul. And Angel shot those 2 free throws.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's at the last second. Like it was the last possession of the game. And Fee could not stop Angel from rebounding to the point where she pulled it to the ground. And that's where Fee got that foul. And like I said, Angel hit the 2 free throws and the game was over. But yeah, she got cut in the locker room.
So we gonna say so. Marina Mabry got switched out for Rachel Banham, and Stephanie White had already decided that Rachel Banham couldn't help with her three
Yes.
point shooting, but Mabry could help her with her 3-point shooting.
Yeah,
But
because
anyway,
it was 8 threes in the game versus Minnesota, her former team. And
uh,
that what got us like, maybe she get more of her playing time. She maybe could
yeah,
help us and get us to the finish line.
we got
And
bamboozled, hoodwinked.
and
Uh,
then of course, with the Kennedy Carter, fake suspension,
well, whatever.
blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all use COVID, but nobody
I,
missed game for COVID but her.
I think she was
Everybody got,
suspended.
yeah, she was suspended. Because it was
Uh,
after the Connecticut game. Because that was the game where you heard all of the doom, doom, doom in the locker room. Do we need to pull that up?
no,
Okay.
yeah, we all know about the the supposed chair throwing in the locker room
And you heard in the
while they
press conference.
while they was in the press conference.
And she missed all those games after that. That was her last game. Then she missed like 6 games after that. And then she came back. I think she came back for 1 or 2 games. I think she came back for the Spark game. Then that's the game Angel got hurt. And then Angel had 24 and 12, but she I want to say broke her wrist on
But
that play with Lee Rue.
I got a question though. Really throwing a chair in the locker room? I mean, I've seen that so many different times with different players when they get upset. Why was it such made of a big deal?
Because I think it was an accumulation of other things with Candy Candy.
Because
'Cause,
men do this shit all the time. I mean,
of
they get
course.
mad, they hit the door, they hit this. I mean, they punch stuff. So
And you gotta think about this. When you was already on a thin strike, when you was already on a thin ice, because of your previous reputation from Atlanta to the Sparks, she had she had bad access from those teams, and then she had the hip check with Caitlyn earlier in the season, which caused the controversy between the two teams. So you had that hanging over your head. Then remember she had the August 15th of 2024, that day when she was saying she was excited to play that night. Then the ESPN article came out with say the rankings,
uh,
say the players, and then Kenny Carter basically threw some shots at Angel and reposted some stuff that fans were saying about Angel that day. Then all of a
these are
sudden,
all things that don't get you kicked off a team.
it don't, but you don't know how, you don't know the people that was helping make the decisions, which was Jeff P, was looking for an excuse to
I'm
punish
getting
that
to
one.
a point. They use Kennedy Carter to hurt Teaspoon.
Of course, because that teaspoon pit. You see that theme here?
Yes.
You
So
see a theme here?
all of this is not stuff that usually renders. Oh my God!
No.
Like
I mean,
especially with, and I'm gonna tell you this, especially with the type of talent that Kennedy Carter possessed. Now, if you was talking about somebody that's like end of the bench, maybe we'd be like, okay, no, but he's one of the best guards in the W. and if she was a man, we would have got over
Yeah, but you gotta think about even with let's just put
Duvall. We would have
let
got over this shit, Duvall. If that would have been Kyrie, we would have got over the shit, Duvall.
we wasn't you let me finish my point. I wasn't talking about they was punishing her unfairly. I believe that. I'm saying you other examples to make your point before you cut me off. That Skylar Diggins got threw off for 3 teams, never got suspended. She got threw off. She basically got kicked off of 3 franchises for having the same type of behavior Kenny Carter had. Never got suspended one day in game from the team because of it. Diana Taurasi was breaking breaking doors in locker rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Never got suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a precedent there. But again, Skylar Diggins was protected by the teams that had acquired or drafted her. Diana Taurasi was always going to be protected by Phoenix because that was her franchise. With Kennedy, she was coming into the situation already on thin ice. It's no different. You speaking to Kyrie, do you think if somebody else would have tweeted about the video that had something to do with, the
Oh yeah, I know what
religion?
you mean.
If it was
Yeah,
somebody else,
they wasn't gonna get rid of Kyrie.
but no, they ain't get rid of. But they suspended him. They
Yeah.
tried to humble him and everything else. But if it was somebody else, that probably wouldn't even been a suspension. That probably would have been a conversation and just kept it moving. But because of Kyrie and he already had this reputation of not wanting to get the vaccine, and I ain't even say that because I don't know how YouTube be triggered, but didn't want to get the shot, and then then he had the controversy that he was on the Nets and stuff like that. So all that played into it. So it's like I said, it's always a level of tolerance depends on the person and the situation. That's what we know.
All I know is Meta World Peace act a point. Never mind. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we we gonna, we gonna move on. I'm just gonna say this. Teaspoon had all this stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess if she would have made the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess Michael Alter wouldn't have wanted to fire her. So Jeff P had to kind of sabotage in order for that to happen. Or do you think she was fired either way if she'd have made it or not? I think she would have been fired either way.
I think she would have been terminated either way because again, you gotta think about that. It was just you could rationalize her not missing the playoffs at the end of the first season because, like I said again, a lot of her players got hurt. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
Camilla was hurt for 6 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kenny Carter faced suspension. That took like maybe 7 games total from her. Then Angel missed the last 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Then Marina Mabry got traded, during the middle of the season.
Yeah.
And they only missed the playoffs by 1 game.
Right.
And so every other team that had that situation, the coach would have got a second year, wouldn't have been no question about it. No instance about it. But what sealed Teaspoon faith was the hostile working environment. So quote unquote, so it say.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes back to the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
The Isabel Harrison press conference and the Dana Everett press conference. That press conference at the end of the season, I think, sealed their faith when it came to, you know what I'm saying, well, it sealed their faith when it came to Teaspoon not being retained with the Chicago Sky because like I said,
even though they was talking about the fans.
yep. But they put that on Teaspoon. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Last case, you know what I'm saying, people forgot. Let's remind them of that said press conference that I'm finna send to you now on your Instagram.
So do you think Jeff P put him up to it?
Yes. Cause remember him and
Okay.
Jeff. Remember you gotta think about it. Jeff P. Just like what Dana, not Dana Evans, but just like what what's your girl name? Rachel Bennett was to him last year, developing wise. Remember he did that for Dana Evans.
Mm, he
So they had
did.
a very close relationship. That's why even when
Mm,
he traded her to a winning team.
he did.
That wasn't no accident. They had a very I think Dana Evans was his what you call it?
What?
His eyes and ears in the locker room.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so I sent you that.
I
So
agree. Well, it's 8 minutes. How long you want me to listen to it?
just listen to a little bit of Dana Evans and then get to the part where Isabel Harrison was crying. You could tell
Okay.
when she crying.
Okay, here we go. Oh, wait.
Fast forward till you see Dana Evans start talking.
No.
So you see that, yeah, right there.
Oh.
You just passed it. Yeah. Pause that.
Mm-hmm.
You see how she already blamed that on Angel?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. And you know how I know that she blamed it on Angel? People forgot this, but you know Duval ain't forget this. I'm for the remind everybody that I know for a fact she blamed it on Angel. Remember her agent was going on these spaces talking about Angel
Mm-hmm.
in the locker room? And
Mm-hmm.
Teaspoon giving Angel carte blanche to do what she want to do. Teaspoon with her black monkey. Remember
Right.
that was said?
Yeah.
Her agent said that on spaces. Twitter spaces.
Uh,
Long before Dolores started hijacking spaces.
right.
Her agent came on spaces multiple occasions. Dog walking Angel in those spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And remember she asked for a trade. She
Because his client was not playing
mm-hmm.
the way he thinks she should have been playing. Even
Mm-hmm.
though this girl don't even play the same position as Angel, she was blaming all the outside noise on Angel
Mm-hmm. Her
from the
fans.
fans. Yes.
But she ain't the only one. Continue.
What was the what was the outside of basketball stuff you referenced with you or the team?
that it was just a lot of outside noise. Where now I feel like we're used to that. We know how to handle that. We don't want to cause anything to distract us. We don't need any distractions on top of just not causing stuff in the locker room. I feel like sometimes you can read tweets and you can read stuff, and that can affect people in the locker room. And just keeping that out, just making sure we stay together as a whole, and we know we got each other's back, and just staying together. I feel like was a lesson for this whole league this year.
Both of you can speak to this. That's an interesting thing, and I don't think it's something I've quite heard a player articulate so far this year. With all the new attention, maybe that's the right way to put it, but
no, I get it.
How did you guys experience that? What was the sort of content of it? Like, what was the feeling like? What were you reading, seeing, hearing?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It was tough. I mean, Izzy, I know.
Pause for a second.
Hold on.
I mean,
hold on.
We're professionals. We know that we can play this game.
Sorry.
I will say this. No, that's okay. I will say this. I felt bad for Isabel Harrison because she got dragged into this. I don't think Isabel Harrison came up on that press conference about to throw Angel on the bus. Her and Angel were beefing. I think what y'all about to see shortly, they threw her in there, and then I guess that's when she ain't had no choice but to, speak on quote unquote her experience. But I don't think that was her intention. I think she would just did her regular press conference and did call that day. But so that's why I say, she don't get to escape no blame because you still childish for what you did, Isabel Harrison. And she also had somebody, a former, I forgot, Sutton Rogers. He was a former receiver for the Indianapolis Colts. But he was very good friends with Isabel Harrison. And he was throwing shade at Angel and throwing Angel on the bus at various points of the season through her. But continue.
Yeah, we're going to keep it going with this crazy mess. Hold on.
I mean, but when you got people that's steady bashing you, that's supposed to be our supporters, I feel like that was a little slap in the face, and that was hard to kind of deal with, but it was really disgusting. But I always say God does not make mistakes, and I feel like this season really challenged my mental to another level, and I feel like I'm going to be so much better next season, just mentally prepared for everything. And I know Izzy, you kind of feel that way too.
I've never experienced this amount of hate and harassment this entire season. I can ask you about because I know damn it's hard because it should have never been like that. And to go and just want to play basketball every day, and you have people constantly, and if it's online, but like you now get tagged and I'm constantly having to block people and just people making narratives up about you. It's hurtful, and it's hard to just focus on basketball. And I appreciate the new eyes, but if it comes with hate and bigotry and racism and even people that look like me bashing me, you can keep it offline because it's so hurtful. You don't know how to affect people. So I think that's just something that a lot of fans need to be mindful of, and we don't want that to carry into the locker room.
Exactly. And to piggyback on that is, I would say, especially for the people that support the Sky, if you're going to support the Sky, support the Sky. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was a big issue, and it messes with your mental. I don't care how good you are or what's going on. You're going to see stuff. You're going to read stuff, but this is making the Navy a lot better.
Pause just for a second.
A lot stronger.
So they don't care nothing about all the shit that Angel was going through?
Heifers. Y'all wasn't playing well. You, Dan Evans, lost your starting spot to Kenny Carter because you was not playing well.
Yeah.
Isabel Harrison, you thought you was going to have your free starting spot because you thought the rookie that was the 7th pick was going to be either a backup to you or going to be cut.
Right, or ass. That's what I'm
So both players were disappointed with their outcome, and I believe somebody like Isabel Harrison probably think the only reason why Angel started is because her coach. And this is something we never thought about, but we should have thought about this. But we never put it together, but I put it together just now. And we should have been put this together. What happened throughout that record season right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Dana Evans was communicating with Vandersloot. What was going on? Because word on the street was Vandersloot did not want to play for Teaspoon, and Vandersloot really didn't want Angel. But she couldn't get rid of Angel, not like that, not yet.
Right.
But she had the opportunity to get rid of Teaspoon, and she didn't want to play for Kennedy. That was the not Angel, it was Kennedy. She didn't want to play with Kennedy, and she didn't want to play for Teaspoon.
Right.
And we know their relationship. I'm talking about Jeff P. and Vandersloot. They're business partners. And Vandersloot, the reason why that Jeff P. even had the job in the organization. That ain't no allegedly.
Right.
So, what happened? Dana Evans was, say Dana Evans and Vandersloot, I believe, had a relationship. Like I said, Dana Evans.
They was on the same championship team.
2021. And you know what I'm saying? So I believe they have a relationship. So what happened? Dana Evans was communicating with Vandersloot. Hey, man. Teaspoon showing favoritism to people over here.
Right.
Like I said, if you come back, man, it's going to be Angel team. You ain't going to have this team as long as Angel here and as long as Teaspoon here. You're going to have to get them out the way. And I never put that together till tonight. And I never, because you know what I'm saying, you don't never really, you think about Vandersloot, and then Dana Evans, David Andrews, because it was two separate seasons. But you never thought about how both of them correlate with one another. Because I probably for sure, because around this time, before the season was over, Vandersloot had got benched for Fevich.
Yep.
So I know Vandersloot already, So I knew Vandersloot already knew she was out of there. She already knew she was leaving the Liberty, regardless of what happened. And the Liberty probably already knew that it was on move on for her, regardless of what happened. So sometimes you're already planning for your next season. It's no different than when you have your 2 weeks notice at a job. You're already planning for your next job. And so what happens, she probably called Dana Evans and said, hey, man, what's going on with Chicago Sky over there?
Right.
And Dana Evans probably gave her the full rundown. Teaspoon did this. We think she favoritism Angel. She overlooked Kenny Carter and her tantrums and blah 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 blah. And that's when like I said, Vandersloot, who got more power than everybody, including Angel, which we know at the time, probably told JP, man, get rid of Teaspoon, get rid of Kennedy, get my own veteran backcourt man I want to play with, so I can really go into a fresh situation.
Right.
I never put that together till tonight. Till when I watched the press, I'm like, they do correlate. They do cross paths. So it's not on accident. And I'm not just saying Dana Evans had to talk to Vandersloot. Jeff P could have been talking to Vandersloot.
Right.
And telling her what's going on.
Planning his next steps.
Telling her what's going on and all that. And telling her, you know what I'm saying, what he felt like he was dealing with. And so again, that just funny to me. All this correlate together. But keep going.
Okay, hold on. Let me press play some.
Up here, and we'll be better than
You learn from it, you grow from it. You just stay away from it, because it's like, I'm not going to attach that to my name. It was just so many times that was just a factor that shouldn't have been. And it's just disappointing that I was.
Hello.
Do you want to play with me?
Sure. You want me to help you with your groceries?
Yeah.
What do you put that down to? Where is it coming from? Where is it originating? Why?
The internet.
And honestly, like she was saying, a lot of our fans were doing that. And it's hard because you just try to stay away from it. School attested to so much. Just get off of it. And even when you're off it, it still happens. So there's times I won't even look at my social media. And that's just such a crazy place to be because I get so much support.
Pause for a second, Keysha. Teaspoon tried to go out there and start the bleeding, but it was already too late.
Yeah, it was too late.
They already had plotted on you, Teaspoon. You ain't just see it coming.
Nope.
Just like somebody plotted on me and I ain't see it coming. But that's okay.
Right. A lot of times we don't see it coming. Broke the ball. You ain't the only one. A lot of times you don't see the shit coming. You like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What
I damn sure ain't see it coming. But I think Teaspoon did see it coming. I think Teaspoon ain't know what was going on. Somebody had to tell Teaspoon, man. They throwing you and Angel under the bus. You need to get your ass up there.
Right.
And try to slow down.
Cause
I think
from nowhere.
Yes, because I think even then, she still thought she had another year. Because she had a 2-year deal. So I think at that moment, she was like, oh boy, what could this do for me? Because remember when she had her end of the season press conference, she sounded like a woman that was already defeated, already looked like she was about to lose her job. But I don't think she thought she was going to lose her job at that moment.
Right.
I think she started to realize, oh, her job is good to go. While these women throwing me under the bus in front of me. But keep cooking.
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna say this and then we'll keep going. Meanwhile, your assistant goes off to another organization, gets the head coaching job. You get fired.
Oh, before that, the other assistant, Krista Robinson, remember she said Jeppy said she had the bad for a job?
She did.
And then Marina
That's
Mabry.
what's going on with Mabry.
And then Mabry was the one that called her racist, and Mabry was jealous of, because she thought she was going to be the franchise player, but the franchise player was number 7 pick in the draft, and she couldn't handle that either. Okay, Cookie, keep going, keep cooking.
Sound like this organization made a lot of promises to people they didn't keep. All right, let's.
Now they couldn't keep it. That was that. Now the promises was
the program.
Their promises would have been kept if they would have kept their end of the bargain. The only person that didn't get no promises was the number 7 pick, and she the one that broke the goddamn system, and she the one that said fuck all y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now keep cooking.
Okay.
You have a job to do. Obviously, you stay off of it. And it's just like people just run and go with narratives, and it's just so detrimental to a team's success. You just have to block it out. And like you said, continue to do a job, but it's hard. And it's like every single thing.
A lot of people say like, oh, this is the cost of reaching the same level as.
Pause for one more time. I gotta answer one quick question. You know, we're supposed to talk to the chat, but I'm gonna talk to you just for a second. Van, you said Teaspoon was going after 1 year, but Tyler's still there. You know why? Because they knew that Vandersloot was in charge. Tyler is a puppet. He's not somebody they're gonna push back. And that's somebody that Jeff P wants. He wants somebody that he know he can control. So is Vandersloot, the co-GM. But keep cooking.
What doesn't get factored in is the level of harassment like women receive is very different than men. I'm curious.
Absolutely.
If you guys, if you guys can speak to that difference.
It's never allowed. I don't care what we're doing. And we had an incident, obviously, with Catherine, and she had to address like the racial tones that was coming this season. I don't care what we do. It's never okay to spew hate and bigotry and just hate towards players, no matter if it's social media or in person. It's just detrimental. It's hard for people to never know. It's just a lot to.
Keysha.
I feel like that.
Keysha, you see Anna Constable adding fuel to that fire?
Oh, yeah, that was her talking.
Yeah, that was her. She know what she was doing. She part of the Jeff P payroll.
Well, you know she is. We already know she is.
Yeah, she would add fuel to the fire, but we didn't know that at the time.
No, we were just new to the sky.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know none of that stuff.
Only thing I knew was what's your girl name? She was a Fever graduate. Not FIFA graduate, but our graduate. That's what I did know. She was an Iowa graduate, so we knew she was pro Caitlin.
Right.
But we didn't think she was on Jeff P. payroll and was the reason why all these hit pieces were coming. But keep cooking.
All right.
I feel like that took a toll on our team. And I feel like we tried our best to like not let that shake us. But you're reading stuff and people say you don't pass this, you don't do that. So you thinking that regardless of if you don't want to, like regardless. And I feel like that it didn't help our team. And also that we were a young team that didn't help. But like I said, I feel like this is a lesson, and I feel like this is something that's going to grow. We're going to grow from this. We come out better regardless. Mentally, you're going to be better. You're not going to let those things get to you. But I wish I could say stop doing it. We don't want it to happen, but they will. But it's just something we learn from. And as a league, like I said, this is the first year where it's everybody. Like it was a lot of hate, but we'll be better from it. That's all I say.
Any last questions for players? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, babe, you got.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was that. The ball.
Yep.
That was the end of Teaspoon right there.
Yes. I think that's when she realized it. Because they threw her under the bus in front of her. And you could tell that, you know what I'm saying, she knew that she got word from, I don't know, it could have been Sidney Johnson. Somebody had to tell her, hey, man, they throwing your ass under the bus, and Raggedy Ann is helping them.
Right?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you because, like I said, you could see what the play was.
Yes. And I will say this, as we wrap up the first year of Angel's tenure in Chicago, I will say this. Angel ended up, even with Teaspoon gone, getting fired, getting blindsided, as she said when she did the interview with Angel. She kind of got blindsided. She didn't know that was going to happen. She thought they would give her more time.
Yeah.
And then what ensued after that was a smear campaign on Teaspoon saying that veterans, plural, didn't want to work with Teaspoon. Veterans, period. That plural, that was what was going around the league. That nobody wanted to come and sign with Chicago because of Teaspoon.
Now,
But
what was I gonna say? Play what I sent you on your Instagram. About them hate.
hold on.
Before we move on to the hit piece number one that we didn't see coming.
Okay, this thing with Angel?
Yeah.
Hold on. One last thing we got to announce really fast. We got an all-star in the building. What you gotta say? Speak up! Please not speak. Hey, I'm pulling up.
Now, what y'all notice?
The only people that came up was Spoon and Michaela Onuwere.
Yep. Guess who the only one that came to the All-Star game? Michaela and Diamond Shields. Them was
Yep.
the only friends on the team, and Camilla and Michael Alter she made him get that facility that he Ponzi schemed from Chicago from Deerwood on Park. That's what he did. We gonna tell the truth. He Ponzi schemed that facility for Deerwood Park. That's why he ain't finished yet. You know what I'm saying? Because he know what he did.
Yeah, he
He's
know.
stealing money from everybody.
He is. Even his partners, his people, even his mama, he might have stole money from. Who knows
Everybody.
the Monk Altar?
He like Scrooge McDuck. He's just stealing everybody money. But they're the
Yeah.
only two people that went to that All-Star game with her. Diamond Shield, Michaela Allen Webber. That's no allegedly. The only person that went to congratulate her in that video was Michaela.
Right.
You think?
Right.
You think that was on accident?
No.
Like I said,
But,
I don't believe in coincidences.
right? You don't?
Nah, hell no. But now, let me break up. Hit piece number one.
So now we finished with the first year, right?
Yeah. So
And we hit, and the coach has been sent to the left. Teaspoon is gone. Angel heads to unravel. Teaspoon heads to unravel to debunk all the shit they said about her, because apparently there are some veterans that'll play with her because they play with her in unravel. But anyway,
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read about four, because I don't know if you I know you probably got it, but I ain't having it in order, so that's on me.
just tell me the name of it.
Okay, the Irish Star.
Okay, yeah, I got it. All right, here we go. All right.
Now go down where you'll see. Go down, go down.
Hold on, let me mess with I don't know what that little square about, but okay, we're going down.
Guess who
Keep
wrote
going.
this? Yeah, keep going. Guess who wrote this article?
Who?
Go back up. Right there. What'd that say?
Witherspoon was giving her marching orders last month, the leading Chicago to a disappointing 13-27 record in their debut season. The Sky subsequently failed to qualify for the WNBA playoffs, marking the first time since 2018 that they hadn't made the cut.
Read the next line.
Annie Constable of the Chicago Sun-Times.
That's all I need you to read. So you know who wrote this article. Now go down.
Okay.
I just want that to get established.
Annie Constable. Okay.
Now, that's one of the reasons right here.
According to the report, the 58-year-old struggled to keep the Sky schematically prepared and didn't use rookie Camila Cardoso effectively in attack.
First of all, she said according to report, right? No, according to Jeff P. We know who gave all that information, right?
Yeah, but Camila was hurt half the season.
She hurt the first 6 games, and then she hurt, say she didn't get to her groove to the second half. And then she still ain't look good like that. Well, anyway, let's go down. Now, that's the line.
However, Weatherspoon's most glaring misstep was her alleged favoritism towards certain players. League sources suggest the ex-WNBA player had lost her locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players.
Who those few players?
Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese.
Who brought those two in?
Teaspoon.
Yeah, that was the reason.
But what's so crazy about this, what you're saying, is she brought in Camila Cardoso too.
Yeah, but like I said, she don't even get credit for that.
But what I'm saying is, what don't make sense is, you saw on that video. She
Yeah.
was epic.
But
so she frees out somebody that she clearly likes.
You say that, but then they can show you games where Camilla will get a quick foul and she'll get yanked and she wouldn't even play a quarter. She wouldn't play long periods of time, stretches at a time. Like I said, I got an article that we're going to pull up that going to confirm what I'm saying about this Camilla situation. Because
And
Camilla felt like this.
I debunked that during the season. You know why? They didn't play the same position.
Yeah,
So what does the one have to do with the other?
but Camilla felt like this. Like I said, I got the article for it. We gonna play it. We gonna bring that up too.
So let me get this straight. The narrative is Teresa Witherspoon pulled a 5 out to put a 4 in her place and made the 4 play the 4 and the 5.
No, remember Isabel Harrison was playing the 4 and the 5. Angel was just playing the 4. But what people were saying and what Camilla believed, because like I said, the article, I got the article.
I don't think Camilla believed that.
Like I said, the article she had her concerns.
Show me the article where Camilla said that.
Okay, we gonna get to it. Cause remember, we going in chronological order. We ain't got to skip steps just to prove my point. But either way, Camilla had her concerns, which we gonna show that article that proving that. But like I said again, okay.
I just need the article that tells me that Camilla said.
Everybody Camilla said is exact word, because there's a lot of things they ain't said exact words. Sometimes you gotta read between the lines. But Camilla did say she had her concerns by a teaspoon after she was terminated. So, but we're gonna get to that. What I was gonna say about this article right here. Like I said, this was the first hit piece. This was the beginning. But like I said, we ain't see it. But we see that Eddie Constable was already working her magic when it comes to shaping that narrative about Angel Reese in particular. And the hold that she had on this franchise in a negative light. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I just don't agree on basketball schematics, but yeah.
I don't agree on basketball schematics either. I felt like Teaspoon should have had an offensive coordinator to help her coordinate, the basketball aspect of it. Because like I said again, she had a lot of shot clock violations during her season as a coach. Because I don't think it was a true system in place for her team to be successful. And so I think that was part of the problem. Tyler had similar problem too during his first year as coach, but he got another chance. But yeah, this is what was being said. Like I said, even said up here that said she wasn't, when it came to the Camilla part, she wasn't being used effectively. That ain't come out of nowhere. That came from Jeff P. I don't know why. So anyway, we could move past this part. Because only thing I think this talking about was Angel Reese said her Instagram, said quote, I believe. So yeah, yeah. So I don't think it's too much that was being said. Basically, Angel said,
yeah, because Angel even had her critiques for Teaspoon herself.
Yeah, she said Teaspoon was too nice. And I know why she'll say that, because Data Evans was being insubordinate and shit. And she just, say she had to bite her tongue because she already felt like, she was fostering an environment that was unfair to her. Well, not unfair to her, but unfair being labeled on her, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people be, especially Anna Constable, I think they be engaging in revisionist history. Because when Camilla first started, because she was late to start because she got hurt.
She got hurt in the preseason.
But when she actually first started playing games, I mean, she was coming out mainly because she was in foul trouble.
Yes.
But I remember one or two games where she was pulled out because I don't think she was getting to her defensive assignments the way Spoon wanted her to get to them, and she pulled her out. But But other than that, when Camilla came back, Camilla pretty much played, except for the times when she was getting pulled out because of foul trouble,
But
and because she was not understanding the defensive assignments.
yeah.
But um, a lot of times, who was coming in? E Will got hurt too.
No, he was hurt for the season. Remember,
Yeah.
it was Isabel Harrison was playing both spots.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say is it was a couple games where Camilla will pull for foul trouble. Remember, because people always bring out the third game that Asia Wilson where Camilla had 5 blocks against Asia Wilson. And that's the game they wanted to hold on to with Camilla with her rookie season. But what people did talk about was that second game in that fourth game where where Asia Wilson ate Camilla ass up and got her ass put on the bench. And it wasn't just those two games that got her put on the bench. Remember, it was I want to say the 2 Phoenix games when Brittany Griner was still Brittany Griner. She got her ass put on the bench. She would get Brittany Griner would cook her ass like hot fish grease. And Jacqueline Jones was doing the same thing. So it's like Camilla had trouble guarding her men when it comes to like the 5s that was in the league at that time.
And
She wasn't doing well.
It was understandable because she was a rookie coming off injury.
Yes. So now let's move past that article. Now go to my AOL article that you want to get your answer with the Camilla question.
Okay. Hey, Brocard.
I took a half a pain pill.
Oh Lord.
Half.
Brocard, we got a show, bro. We don't gonna care about you taking a half a pain pill. We putting a show together.
As long as you ain't pass out completely. He say, look, there's no love. Hold on. Okay. AOL, right?
Yeah, because you can't get the Asher Chicago Sun Tide because they trying to make you pay, so you have to go around it. But it's the same article though.
Okay, Cardoso's rookie year was frustrating. The rigors of a championship senior season at South Carolina took their toll almost immediately. She dislocated her right shoulder during a preseason game against the Minnesota Lynx, an injury that sidelined her for the first 6 games, nagged her for months, and ended her season 2 games early. Ultimately, Cardoso started only 29 of the Sky's 40 games, and when the team's offseason began to spin into disarray with the firing of Coach T. Spoon, Cardoso was half a world away, beginning a new season with the Shanghai Swordfish in the Women's Chinese Basketball Association. Every day after was a long waiting game for the new version of the Sky to debut under first-year coach Tyler Marsh. The last 6 weeks since Cardoso's final game with Shanghai marked her longest period without playing a competitive basketball game since November 2023. It was a welcome break, but Cardoso never feels comfortable when she's not playing basketball. First day of training camp Sunday at Soch Recreation Center in Deerfield felt like a relief. Honestly, I'm just ready for the season to start, Cardoso told the Tribune. For me, last year was kind of rough because I got hurt. But now I'm healthy, and I'm just happy to be here with the team and to go out there and be able to play again. Marsh's hiring quelled some of Cardoso's concerns after a shaky rookie season. He was previously the lead assistant coach for the Las Vegas Aces, working with Cardoso's idol and South Carolina mentor Asia Wilson. Having heard widespread praise for Marsh around the league, Cardoso was sold by the end of her first call with her new coach.
That was the part I'm talking about.
Okay. What did that tell you?
She's had her concerns after her rookie season. What part of that was the teaspoon, how she was being used? Because like I said, but it went back to what Anna Constable said in her article. So like I said, it got to be coming from somewhere. It comes from Jeff P. They spin the narrative, but the narrative is here. You got anything to say about this, Brocard?
Yeah, I don't get it, but I get where you coming from.
I get where you coming from, brother. I just think that fairly, you you point out a real situation. But I don't think Cardoso had a feel for Teaspoon because she was injured. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she really, it didn't bother her as much as it bothered Angel, right? It didn't
Yes.
bother her as much as it bothered Kennedy, right?
Yes.
So because Teaspoon wasn't really involved in her developmental stage coming out of college, is that correct?
Yes.
Because she was injured. So the firing of Teaspoon just left it up in the air. You know, she from Brazil. She a foreigner. She came here. She didn't have many coaches. You know what I mean? Like me and you know. So and Keysha. So the thing is that in a foreign player, you know, y'all got to realize in the chat though, in a foreign player, a coach is a dime a dozen. They play under many coaches.
They do.
They play under many coaches in their country, around overseas, and here for the W is a whole nother type of platform that they used to. That's why Keysha said and brother say they don't care what she do over there in China. It ain't like it is in the W. And I get it.
But add this to the equation too.
Yeah.
She was very, very, very close to Dawn.
Yes.
And maybe she wanted Teaspoon to be her Dawn Staley. But Dawn is Dawn for a reason. Dawn connected her with a way that maybe somebody else can't connect with her.
Yes.
And so that's why, like I said again, like I try to explain to Keysha, you know what I'm saying, we can't act like Camilla didn't have her concerns about Teaspoon, even though, yes, Teaspoon had a hand in her getting selected to the Sky.
Yes.
But that was more of a Jeff P pick than a Teaspoon pick.
Yeah, Jeff agreed with it and he thought highly about it.
Yes.
That's not what I saw on that video, but maybe me and you are both seeing two different things.
So you said Jeff P ain't want her?
He did.
I'm saying Teaspoon wanted both girls.
Yes.
I'm not saying she didn't want both girls.
Teaspoon say both of those were her picks. Both of those.
That's what I'm saying.
The way they fell, brother, she said she followed the board.
Yeah, trust the board.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So she wanted Jeff P because at this time, you got to realize when it came to the draft, Teaspoon had a certain power until the season started becoming losing. You got what I'm saying?
I had already explained that because, like I said again, Teaspoon got hired first.
Yes.
That's why I explained to Keysha at the beginning. That's why, yes, Teaspoon helped pick both players, but Jeff really wanted Camilla. He did not want Angel.
Two things can be true.
That's what I'm trying to say.
At the same time, but
that was wanted Camilla at 3.
Yes.
Make no mistake about it.
Exactly. Her and Dawn had spoke before the draft, and she told Dawn, remember this, brother? She said that her and Teaspoon and Dawn had already spoke about Camilla and her personality and what she needed.
She spoke to both coaches. She spoke to Dawn Staley. She spoke to Kim Mulkey.
Yes,
because those were the two targets she wanted in that draft.
Yes. Put it this way, and you said she wanted Camilla at 3. Be honest with you, she wanted Angel at 3. But she knew that she could got Angel further down the line than she would have got Camilla. Camilla probably would have got ticket the next pick.
Yes.
If, you know what I'm saying? So it was all about playing the odds.
Either way it goes, she wanted both women.
Absolutely.
She had already talked to their coaches, found out about them, watching them when nobody is talking. You don't do that for people you don't want to pick.
Yes.
But the main thing was Jeff P wanted one of them. Yes. Jeff P didn't want the other. Jeff P wanted Celeste Taylor at that 7th pick. He wanted Celeste Taylor. He did not want Angel. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When Camilla's development was kind of hindered, according to him, it was a list of reasons to get rid of him. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, said Camilla had Angel season, and Angel development was kind of hindered, he wouldn't have gave a damn. And Teaspoon probably would still be the coach.
I agree.
Devolve. We agree. What we disagree on is um Teaspoon wanted to develop both women because she
Yes.
wanted both women.
Yes.
She spoke to their coaches, she
The
spoke to
Twin
their
Tower.
families,
Listen, the Twin Tower
and
thing,
told
like
them that
Keisha
she'll
said,
take care of them.
right. What Keisha's saying is, brother, the Twin Tower theory was teaspoon.
It was Teaspoon's theory.
Yes.
So why did Camilla have these concerns then? So somewhere along the way,
You're
Camilla.
saying Jeff P said she had concerns. Like I asked you, when did Camilla say she had concerns?
Right here, she's saying it. She ain't say exact word, but some of this coming from somewhere. She said her concern, because this article got Eve when she talked to Tyler Marsh. So that means Tyler Marsh already had to have a plan for her to feel better about the situation.
Maybe
That what
she
the
was
article said.
uneasy because maybe she was uneasy like Angel was uneasy because her coach was fired.
Yes.
But then at the same time, we can't say Teaspoon didn't play Camilla the way that she should have been played. And I'm not saying you, Keysha. I'm saying the masses.
Jeff P said that.
And so that was so this is where I'm getting at. So somewhere down the line, somebody will feel like Camilla would have been used properly, which that we just placed the last article coming from Andy P and Constable, who was basically Jeff P mouthpiece, saying that she wasn't used properly. That what I'm saying, we could point to certain games where when Angel make a mistake, Teaspoon allowed her to play through the mistakes. When Camilla make a mistake, she got pulled. You know what I'm saying? This ain't come from nowhere. I'm just saying.
Got pulled in 2 games, bro.
It was more than 2 games, Keisha. Like I said, I can go to both Brittany Griner games where she got. No. I know the first 6 games she was hurt, and I want to say the first 2 after she came back from injury, she came off the bench. Matter of fact, the second fever game. Matter of fact, the second fever game where AJ had 25-15, she was coming off the bench.
That was understandable.
So we can understand where you're coming from. You mean pull because she's not doing what she needs to do for a coach, or do you because Camilla started 29 games and missed 6, and it was only 40.
Yeah, so she came off the bench for 4 of them. Cause that was when she was coming off the injury.
So you're saying a coach is not supposed to pull a player out of a game?
I never said that. Never said that.
Okay.
But like I said, her being pulled out of a game, maybe far too long that she wanted to. And I'm talking about in Camilla's case, maybe that would have her concern. Maybe she felt like her development was being pushed back because of that.
I don't believe none of that. I believe Jeff Pagliosha is the snake. He is a liar. He's been lying. And why would I think that he's all of a sudden telling the truth and he's clean? I don't think that he's clean at all. He created a narrative. He created a narrative to the minority.
That's my point.
The minority investors. He lied to them in their face. They all said it. And that's why Steve Rogers had already said on document now in court that Jeff Pagliosha had lied. So he lied and created a narrative to the minority investors. So he also lied, of course, in the newspaper, which we saw he doing all of these hit pieces, all of these talks about Angel, all of these supposedly replicas of where Camilla's progress is being hindered, all of the narratives of Teaspoon is unhinged and she's causing division and she's a favoritismal coach. Created all of those type of theories and themes and allusions to all of the people, because if it wasn't a concern just like we have it right now, why is the minority, which was Steve Rogers, we gonna get the cat out the bag, why was Steve Rogers concerned about Camilla and Angel's progress and Teaspoon being fired? He didn't like it. He just said it in a new article. He didn't like the firing, nor did the minority investors. But they didn't have anything to say over it, which you brought that to Duvall yourself. So my whole thing is that we don't believe Jeff Pagliosha. We don't believe the narrative that he set out there. And I understand when you saying where the smoke is fire. I completely get that. And no player wants to be on the bench. Okay, no player, not even
No,
if you
no.
like the
Because
coach.
I mean, she
That's
sat
just
Angel down a couple of times too.
yeah. That's just the player. That's just the player thing. You know what I mean? When I got put on the bench, and I'm rightfully supposed to be put on the bench. I didn't like that shit, Duvall. I just didn't. I'm telling you, and I competed. I didn't like it. Even though I liked the coach, I didn't like that he did that in that type of, situation. I felt like I could have had an opportunity where one of the players was in there that didn't do it. I felt like I could have done it if I was in there, but the coach saw different. He said, "Man, you tired. You was tired. You was playing tired. I'm looking at you. You playing tight. You got what I'm saying?" So the thing is this: I don't believe shit that Jeff Patriosha say. I don't believe the narratives that Annie Costabile, Julia Poe, and Jessica Hirsch has put out there, because she's the new writer for the Sun Times that took Annie Constable's place. I don't believe any of those beat writers, none of what Jeff P. and Michael Alter can manipulate, because you saw me walk to that damn facility. Everything was allowed.
Oh, I don't think he was up there when you did that proclaim.
Okay.
That place ain't even done.
The place ain't even done.
It's not gonna be done this season.
Not at all. Not even
now.
The other thing is, I will say, even with the smoke that's fire, the next season, the same thing happened to Camilla.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
At the beginning of the season.
The narratives didn't come. I'm talking about the sitting down.
At the beginning of the season, yes.
Where was the narratives? Why she wasn't mad at Tyler Marsh?
She had a slow start in the beginning too.
No, what I'm saying is, if she had the same reaction before, why didn't she have the same reaction the next season when she was touted as the number one option?
Well, I got a couple questions, y'all. If I could talk.
Okay.
Ain't this article? This is a Julia Poe article. They AOL they it's like AP. They copy back off an article that's originally made. This the Julia Poe article with. Hey, this the article that's talking to Camilla directly. Is that correct?
Probably
and this
not.
No, this got Camilla quotes in here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this
like snippets.
This is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
No.
I'm gonna stop you for a minute. They quote Angel all the time and spin a narrative in the article.
Yes.
That we pick through and don't believe half the shit they say.
Okay.
About Angel. There have been articles where she's been quoted, she's been interviewed, and they have a different narrative in that article, and we sit up here and do lives about what is this shit.
Okay.
So are you saying that Camilla is suddenly now? My problem with this is Julia Poe is to be trusted completely now.
No, if you said this article a lot, then we can move on. We good.
I'm not saying it's a lie. What I'm saying is we can't pick and choose, because sometimes we choose to believe what Julia Poe's saying in regards to Angel. Because if we listen to Julia Poe, Angel don't like none of her teammates, and she's a cancer.
She the ops. Yeah, Julia Poe is the ops, bro. Straight up. She
So that's why I said we don't believe the article. So that's fine. I'll go with y'all with that.
I do believe the direct quotes.
So the March hiring quell summer Cardoso's concern after a shaky rookie season. We don't believe that.
Yes, because it was shaky.
It was shaky.
So that means she had her concerns about the direction of the team, either because Teaspoon was let go or because how she was used by Teaspoon. One and two was the case.
Correct. I agree.
That's all. That's the main thing I'm saying. So either way, Teaspoon had something to do with this.
What I'm telling you is they could have rinsed and repeated this same article because Angel Reese had the same concerns.
Same thing.
But I think the difference between those two, Angel Reese knew you had a historic rookie season, you still being plotted on. At least Camilla felt like, okay, I left some stuff on the table that I could have got better at.
Mm-hmm.
Angel Reese, don't let these MAGA.
I think Angel Reese was shaky with this organization after
No.
first season when they hot fired T.
No. I 100% agree with you there. That's not the argument.
Mm-hmm.
My point is this. Don't let these Clarky maggots tell y'all anything different. I don't care about the field goal percentage. I showed y'all the ESPN article that ranked the top 10 rookie season in the history of the league. Angel was ranked 10th. So she had a historically great rookie season. A better rookie season than all the greats, including like people like Tina Charles. These are Hall of Famers, certified Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? She had a better rookie season than all of them. And she had concerns because she knew if I had a historic great rookie season and they applied on me like this, what the hell else they gonna do with my one guardian angel in her mind, which was Teaspoon, is removed. Now she really feel like she's butt naked. And I don't mean to use that term. But now she feel like she butt naked because now I don't got nobody that could be my eyes and ears. Because they got rid of Teaspoon, Sidney Johnson, Crystal Robinson. Those are all pro Angel people.
And Ty.
Harris.
Ty Harris. Yeah, Ty Young, I mean.
Ty Young, yeah.
They were all pro Angel. Got rid of all of them. So she, only thing that made Angel felt better, because when Tyler Martin originally got hired, he said publicly he only came to the job because of Angel Reese.
Yes.
That was the first call he made was Angel Reese. So she felt like originally the person that coming in because of me. Yes. And want to be with me. Now, what I think had happened, this is speculation. Once he got into the building, that was Jeff P. and probably Vandersloot like, no. We're going to do this around Camilla and me. And Angel going to just be, setting screens and getting her ass out the way. Because that's what they did for the first 7 games. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
That's what they did. Because their banner was going to make her a female Ben Wallace. Just screen, get your ass out the way, occasionally get a rebound. But nothing more, nothing less. The offense was going to run around Vandersloot, Camilla, and then the third option was going to be on Ari Atkins. And then if they would have had their wish then, they probably would have got Angel ass out of the last trade deadline. Can we agree on that?
We agree because Angel's okay with it now. I don't think Angel would have had a problem with it. As long as they would have produced, she would have been fine with it.
She would have been fine with production.
It's like she's going to be fine in Atlanta.
She's going to be fine with how it's going to go down in Atlanta.
Those pieces are going to produce. She just wanted them to produce.
Angel not going to be, Angel not going to be the leading scorer of this team.
Hell no. She don't be a third option on this team.
Okay, so we all are okay with that. We okay with that because why? Angel is happy. We don't care if she's a third option. That don't mean that she ain't the best player.
What's wrong with being a third option in your sophomore season?
It'd be a junior season. Well, you talking sophomore last year?
I was talking about last year. What was wrong with that? I mean, she's second year. Because Cheryl Reeves want to make you a third option in 5th year. Hell.
Yeah. In your 5th year, Cheryl Reeves want to make you a third option.
I don't think it was a bad thing.
If
those pieces would have produced, it would have worked out fine.
It would have worked out fine, but it
didn't. Can I answer the question? No, because y'all asked me a question, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. No, there's nothing wrong with being a third option in offense. Because you know who else a third option? Another Hall of Famer. Her name is Aaliyah Boston.
Yes.
Nobody tripping on that.
Yeah.
But what people tripping on is this. They tried to phase out completely. She wasn't going to be the third option in this offense. She was going to be probably the 5th option if it let it be up to them. I think they was going to try to.
Who was going to be the third when you think?
It was Ari Atkins. I think the first option was going to be Camilla.
I thought Ari was second.
No. I think the first option was going to be Camilla. I think Vandersloot felt like she still got something left. I think remember Vandersloot was trying to score. Go back to them first 5 games.
She was trying to score.
Remember, Vandersloot had like 13, 14 shot attempts a game.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't trying to be no Chris Paul. She was trying to be Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess then she didn't come for Camilla then.
Nah, I think the foundation was gonna be the offense was gonna be the pick and roll between her and Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
That was gonna be the foundation of the offense. The pick and roll and then dump it out to the poster with Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
So they was gonna make Camilla first option. Vandersloot in her mind was gonna be the second option, and then Ariel Acker was gonna be the third option.
And then understand that Vandersloot ain't averaged more than 10 points a game, no season.
No season.
She didn't. But she in that 5 games, she averaged 11.4. Look it up. We can pull it up on the screen.
You correct on that because we
can pull it up on the screen. She had an average of 12 shots a game.
No, brother, we talked about that. She was scoring more, she was shooting more. We was trying to figure out why she was shooting more.
And she was scoring, and she was playing 37 minutes a game.
Yes, 36 minutes. She was playing 36 minutes.
So like I'm cuckoo.
No. Me and you talking.
I ain't talking about you, bro. Cause she know what I'm talking about.
But she didn't get 20 shots up. First game she got.
No, I say 20 shots up. I said she averaged 12 shots a game. That's a score. That in WNBA terms, that's a score. That, you know what I'm saying, 20 shots a game, that's like NBA terms. That's like
most I'm just saying, most point guards get up 9 and 10 shots a game.
Yeah, that's an average, brother. Between 8 and 13 shots.
Yeah, most
is an
point
average
guards do that.
point guard.
I don't think Kelsey Gray.
You don't think Chelsea Gray? Let's go look.
No, I'm just telling you from me playing the position most of my life.
Yeah,
I was young.
Like you don't want to be not a threat at all.
8 to 13 shots because you got to be a threat. The point guard position, which is the general position, you are the first look at the defense. The defensive looking at you. Okay, you the first.
Yeah,
look.
Chelsea Gray.
How many shots attempts a game she had?
That last game, 6 of 15. The game before that, 4 of 11, 4 of 9, 7 of 12, 4 of 13, 5 of 7, 2 of 6, 5 of 12, 3 of 9.
That's average.
6 of 10, 4 of 10, 5 of 11, 5 of 10. That's just normal.
That's an average. That's an average. 8 to 13 shots.
Now, if she was taking 20, I'd be like,
wait a minute.
What's the doing?
Right.
Well, how many? Let's go to Vandersloot. How many shots she was taking a game?
She took. Let me go back to Vandersloot because I just had her up. When I looked at her. Let me go back to her game log.
But you are right, though, brother. Me and you talked about that.
She was 2 of 9, 5 of 11, 4 of 10, 7 of 13, 5 of 9, 5 of 13.
She was more of a scorer on this team than she was I would say, in previous seasons. That's why you say she didn't average more than 10 points a game, but she averaged 11 with this team. I think she was trying to be more of a scorer in this offense because she was doing a lot of back cuts and everything else in this offense as well.
Yes. So what you saying is true. Let me take the chat to this part, and when I break it down, you gonna understand. Also, it's a context. It's a context of play, right? When you're running the offense or how it looks in the offense, it looks like, like me and you discussed about it last year. It looked like she was more of an aggressor, right? And coming off of those slants and those screens
and back cuts.
And back cuts a little bit more aggressive and taking those shots, right? The context of when she shoot in the game, what we talking about. You know what I mean? She took some shots in the game where she could have passed it, okay?
Yeah.
But she didn't.
Yeah, I agree.
She did not pass it. She took it on herself to shoot those shots, and some of those shots were missed. But brother, in context, she has 8 to 13 shots that she has to put up. I mean, it's just a range. I'm just saying it's on all levels. That's still the same range of a point guard that you want your point guard to have, because you need them to be some type of threat to pull the defense up. You got what I'm saying? People like Russell Westbrook and and Derrick Rose. They just was phenomenal people. You know what I'm saying? Who was
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Thomas, all of them, they was phenomenal. And Cheryl Swoops,
Yeah.
for the women, Cheryl Swoops, and all of those Maya Moore and all of those people that could bring the ball up or play point at some time. Um, they 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 needed more attention. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we all three of us up here on this board know that Courtney Vandersloot don't demand that attention. Now, did she want that attention, Duvall? Yes, she
I
did.
agree. Yes, she did.
Yes,
Yes,
she
yeah, I
did.
do agree with him there. Yeah.
Did she want to revitalize her career because she was looked at as a bench bum and not
Yes.
starting anymore? Yes, Duvall, she did. So she took
Yes, she
those
did.
shots. She took those shots that me and you disagree. We agreed
I'm
to.
gonna let you keep going because y'all missed the biggest reason why she did what she did.
Yeah,
All that stuff you named was true, but
yeah.
y'all didn't name the biggest reason why she did it.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Remember, she wanted the scoring record for the Chicago Sky.
Yeah.
So that was another motivation.
She leaving
Well,
assists
hopefully
too.
she get it with a little stuff.
She did get it. She got it. I
White.
think that's the game before she got hurt.
Mm.
Because Quigley and that big head baby was in the stand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Passed the white. She passed the
Hold on,
white.
DeWanna Bonner got it and she quit. Never mind.
Yeah.
Moving on.
But she got that record. That was the Chicago Sky record. She had got it in a game. The game before she got hurt. So that was another motivation why she was acting like she was like, say the female Steve Nash.
Okay.
She wanted to be like Quigley, huh?
Yeah.
She wanted to be like a wife, but she wasn't. But she did
No.
pass her. But
Yeah.
that was because the narrative of it all. The narrative of it all. What is the narrative?
She washed up.
Teaspoon was fired. Tyler Marsh was lied to. Remember, in some parts of the season, we didn't know what the hell why this man quiet, but we don't know what type of human being he is. He could be an introvert and say, man, these dirty mother suckers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They didn't gave me the banana in the tailpipe. We don't know how he is right now. You got what I'm saying? The Angel being gone because he said his sole purpose. He didn't say, he could have said Camilla. He didn't say Camilla in this statement. His sole purpose was to come to coach Angel.
And I can show you the article where he said on record that was the first call he made.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Angel was the franchise player. He said that on record.
Yes.
I can pull up the article because Andy Cosmo wrote that too.
Agree. No, I'm saying we giving.
I felt like when he got to the team, that's when they pulled the switcheroo on him.
Banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah, they put the switcheroo on him and said, nah.
And who pulled that switch, Duvall?
Jeff P. and Vandersloot, co-GMs.
Okay.
They both said, nah, this team gonna be built around me and Camilla.
Okay.
And Angel gonna be the female Ben Wallace. That's what they told her. That's why we see games. I remember I went off on because she got hurt the fifth game, right? With I remember the fourth game. I went off.
She got hurt the seventh game.
The seventh game, okay, seventh game. Cause I remember it was the sixth game because it was after the second Dallas game. I remember went off on when we had the full court trio saying they was athletes trying to sabotage Angel. Cause I said you could see in the game they wasn't even passing her the ball.
No,
she was getting all her offensive rebounds and shit. I'm like, yeah.
Question. Did you watch the game today, Duvall?
Hell no. How's that work?
Okay. Well, me and Broclaw watched the game, and we're gonna tell you how it went. You ready?
Yeah, Camilla, I know she scored 10 points and 4 rebounds, and then she'll cussing at people out. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. They came out. They tried to establish Camilla like they normally do. I've been doing this for 3 years now. They tried to do it. Okay. So she was getting her thing. She was hitting her shots fine. Right, Broclaw? She's hitting her shots fine. And guess what happened to Camilla? She got into foul trouble. She fouled out.
Yeah, 6 fouls. I seen that.
And she had to be pulled.
She had to be pulled and put on the bench in the third quarter.
Yep.
But that's always been the situation, even with Tyler Marsh. But I think the difference between Tyler Marsh
3 years in, same. That's why Camilla got 10 points.
But the difference between when you said why they ain't have this same note for Tyler Marsh that they did for Teaspoon, because the narrative was already written that the only reason why Angel was successful for her rookie year because the organization had collectively, which is bullshit, had collectively came together to make Angel this star that she's not, so she could compete with Caitlyn. You know that narrative was out there.
I get where you're coming from.
So that's why they use Camilla.
But this is what I'm telling you. Camilla knows the truth.
Yes.
And she wouldn't perpetuate a narrative
No.
when she knows the truth.
She knows the truth.
She knows why she was set
you
down.
can see in her right now
she
that
was
she's
in
still
foul
aggravated.
trouble, and she didn't blame Angel because she was in foul trouble.
Mhm.
That's
No.
all I'm saying.
Nobody said she did blame
He
Angel.
might spin it, but she didn't spin it.
No, because Lattimore, I'll tell you this, brother. Lattimore looks good, okay? Of course, she ain't no angel, right? But Lattimore looks good from a rookie standpoint. This the first game, and was Lattimore clogging the paint with Camilla also? Yeah, kind of, because she was trying to find her way. She was trying to find her way, Brother Duvall, if you go look at it. So it's the same fucking problem. In the same design, it don't matter who the player. Angel, she was able, because Tyler Marsh, because everybody was saying last year when me, Keysha was saying, because even K-Sap was like, no, she need to be down there in the paint, grab the ball, do it.
I say that too. I say that.
I was like, hell no, because Angel makes everything fine when it comes to this offense because she can handle the ball. Okay,
but that wasn't the reason why I said it.
No,
I said it because
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I was explaining. I get
no,
it.
no.
Go ahead. I was saying that Angel can handle the ball fine. That's fine. Her passing is off the chain because she has a high IQ. So that was the perfect thing for Tyler Marsh to let Angel loose. That's cool. But the paint clogging came in the depths and the closeness of games. And when they started losing, you found the paint being cluttered because Angel was like, shit, they missing, and I'm not in the paint because I'm handling and passing the assistant facilitating. I have to run down here to try to get the rebound at the same time. We saw at one part of the game that Angel was doing everything, even over Camilla. Rebounding, passing.
Just like Tyler Marsh was doing today. Who kept bringing the ball up, bro, Claude?
Rakia.
Yes. Rakia
He's
doing
trying
everything.
to put Rakia in Angel's role.
It's too much for any player. It doesn't matter who it is. Rakia ain't gonna do no better than what Angel has done, in my opinion.
No, she was struggling with it for a little because we was like, Rakia, just get that ball up.
Just
girl.
get the ball up because you got validated.
But Tyler got her doing that. So
Tyler has her doing that, and it's okay. It's fine.
It's okay. It's fine.
Right. It's growth for a player, right? I'm not gonna never stunt no player growing, right? So her playing the one sometimes, I don't have a problem with Kia playing the one sometimes. But it's the context of the game and what me, you, and Duvall is trying to bring to the chat. The context of the game and the demand of the game got to be right, because we saw also, Duvall, you know what we saw with Rakia doing that? She turned the ball over.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, so it's not, but Angel turnovers was high too, right?
Yeah, very high.
Okay, so you can't put your 3 and 4 when you go to the 1. You can't put them in principal point guard situations. Okay, it is a such thing as a principle for a point guard to actually be. It's necessary. That's why they made it the point guard, right? You can't put a stretch in a principal point guard decision situation where you know that Jordan Canada and Pow Pow see things much quicker than anyone because they born and raised doing that and they've only played that. So you see those type of situations. Look at Raven today. Raven, let me tell you this, and then I'm gonna let you go on and get it. Raven Johnson looked like she never even. I mean, she fit right on in. Scoop from school right to what it is, and it looked good. She had some blocks, she had some steals, she brought the ball up. I mean, because she's a principal point guard, so she see things different than what who played the three over there. Sophie Cunningham. You got what I'm saying? Yeah. She see things totally different in the game. So Angel had to adjust herself and get herself to, you know what I mean, adjust it like Keysha gonna do. But I don't like that. Me and Keysha didn't like it. We talked about it. You know, I just don't like Rikia being in a general point guard situation. You got enough people. You got a 7-time All-Star, right? You got Jason Sheldon.
And Bro Claude, has Rikia ever played that before?
Yes. In her younger years, when she was in high school and everything. She had a growth spurt like Angel had a growth spurt. Two different paths. One was in Detroit, one was in Baltimore. Okay? Two different types of things. Angel is bigger, a bigger, stronger player, period. You know what I mean? So Rikia more nimble and light. The IQ of it all is the IQ of, I mean, the head thing of for it to have a high IQ as a point guard is different. You see things different than the two. You see things different than the 3, 4, and 5. You have to orchestrate. What the problem is, what me and Duvall is telling you, Keysha, that that Courtney Vandersloot, in some of the times, she took it upon herself to be the end all be all. What we had a problem with handing her doggo. You got what I'm saying in the context of the game last year, and that's not what she was originally supposed to be here for. Because Ariel Atkins was the one that's supposed to be the second option, you know, but it didn't turn out that way.
Correct. It was supposed to be, yeah. Ariel Atkins was supposed to be the second option to me. Was supposed to be. Well, I don't know.
She was supposed to be.
She was supposed to be.
She was because this is what she asked for her to be here, right? So she could pass her the ball, right? In general. But it didn't play out that way because she was going for the scoring record and whatever me and Duvall was saying about her trying to pay us her wife and all that other bullshit. So it turned out to be that way. But, you know, at this point right now, it's a preseason game. I can't judge nothing. It don't, you know what I mean? Skylar look good. And Haley Van Lift, brother, Haley Van Lift got to play her position, and she thrived. She thrived. So,
look, that's all we was asking her to do. She was 8 for 8, 20 points.
20 points, a dub, real quick. Real quick.
All right. We need to get back on track. Where we at, Duvall? What's the next article?
Yeah, because I ain't even get. But no, I was gonna just say with the point forward position that Angel was playing, she wasn't gonna play that if Vandersloot was on the court. That the original plan was, the reason why she even played the way she played was because Tyler Marsh had told her to play like that in our rival. That was where the Kings supposed to got kicked out at. That's why she was playing like that in our rival originally, because Tyler Marsh said she wanted to go back to like the Maryland days. That's something T-Spool did not want her to play like. T-Spool wanted her to play like a big man.
Absolutely.
That's why I told her to go back in the paint, because they wasn't passing her the ball, so she might as well try to get her points off the offensive rebounds. Because they were actively seemed like they were trying to freeze her ass out. But either way, you keep us ahead of schedule. Since we basically touched on the main parts of this part of the season, what we need to get to, Keysha, is let me go to my list, is the Angel Reese article, which was which
Is it
was
the bleacher or the
Bleacher.
headed?
I think that's the Bleacher Report.
Okay.
And did the other one behind that.
All right, hold on. Let me get this down.
Okay, Duvall, Andrew in trouble too now. I'll send you some stuff that
Who?
Who in
Andrew
trouble?
from Bleach
Oh,
from No Cap Space. I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
okay.
Cause his stuff is being used for court pieces here in Chicago that Andrew found.
For the lawsuit.
Yes.
Mm.
So this was so now this is where Angel.
So we fast forwarding
Yeah.
into the middle of the season.
No, this is close to the end. So we
Okay.
already passed the All-Star because all that other stuff we don't really need to talk about. That's irrelevant.
So yeah, they come into the second season in the new look sky, and they got all these new people that Broclaw said was gonna be good. Okay, keep cooking.
So if you go down, I want to
Uh-huh.
make sure this the right one because this is not.
You
No,
know
get out of
good
this. Get out of
and
this.
you gum you
Oh, okay.
know
No,
good
wait.
Steve.
You keep this one because both of them is added to one. We just say we don't need the other one. In. So
Okay.
they basically put the Julia Pope piece and the Constable piece all in this one. So it's cool. So we don't need
Okay.
to, you don't need to pull up the other one there. So you know how she said she don't want to settle for the same stuff next year and then they acquire a good player, blah 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 blah. So as she said that's when I guess her teammates got thrown under the bus by Anna Constable, who were both plotting on her. Julia Pope and Anna Constable both plotting on Angel and put a hit piece about her about when it comes to what they think of how she felt about the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all know that Andy Constable made that hit piece on Jeff behalf like a day, 8 hours after her Julia Pope article came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see how that, that was a double hit back to back. It didn't. The organization didn't think it was gonna do what they thought it was gonna do. They thought it was on Barry Angel. But if anything, it did the opposite. It just showed how much people supported Angel and supported what she was saying. And then what they really realized was that when it came to Angel speaking her piece about the organization, they didn't think that it was going to shine a negative light on their wrongdoings, which is the reason why I think they got rid of her.
Now you do know up in here, she says so we're to believe that because she wrote this, right? I'm just reading this.
Poe, yeah.
Reese told Poe that the Sky wouldn't be able to consistently rely on veteran point guard Courtney Vandersloot going forward after she tore her ACL in June, and didn't believe that backup options such as Rachel Bannum and Haley Van Liff were more prepared to carry a playoff team. So we are supposed to believe that.
But hold on. Before you, because I'm finna answer your question right here. That wasn't the Julia Pope part. That was the Andy Constable part. They missing both of these articles together.
But they say Reese told Poe.
They said Reese, yeah, but I'm saying that's what Andy Constable said. That was the Andy Constable part of article about. So if we go out of this one and go to the other one, you'll see that because that's the front office sports one. So let's go to the front office sports one. So you'll really, so get out of that one and go and pull up the other one. So you'll really see how Andy Constable spun what she said with Julia Pope, if that makes sense. Do you need me to tell you which one that is?
It's this one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So now you'll see how Andy Constable spun this in a way where it was unfavorable. And so that's why she brought up that she wanted to be traded and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So this is Andy Constable saying all this. And this is why, like, Haley Van Liff that's why Haley Van Liff and all of them was mad at her. And that's why they had the players only meet. Because of this article.
I just don't. I don't know. I'm looking for the specific stuff about Haley Van Liffen here. That's what I'm looking for.
Go up. You just passed it. You just passed it. I thought you seen it already. That's why I ain't saying anything. You just passed it. Right there. That's what you're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That what Annie Cosmo said in her article. That was spun by Jeff P. And Jeff P did that for a purpose, to have her teammates mad at her. That's
What
why
they
her
claim, she said it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why her and Haley Van List stopped speaking to each other. That's why her and Ari Atkins stopped speaking to each other. That's why Ari Atkins went and said, we publicly support the team decision to suspend Angel Reese. Ari Atkins said that publicly at shoot around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she ain't say none of this.
Mm.
But that's why they had the players on the meeting. That's why when they had that press conference, her and Rachel Banner was at the press conference speaking on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you'll see in this article, that's why you'll hear like this the article that you'll see that I want to say E. Will has stuck up for Angel. Rachel Banner basically said, I don't care what Angel said, but then when she had the end of the season dump, and she had the pictures of all the teammates except for Angel.
Yeah.
She had Angel out of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this all this was in this article. All this was Rachel Banner speaking about how she don't care what Angel said, and then we know what Vandersloot said, during like the halftime of a game that Angel was supposedly supposed to be suspended at. So here's this article right here.
Mm-hmm.
But Julia Poe didn't say none of this. Julia Poe's article didn't say none of this stuff. But this was spun by Jeff P. 8 hours after Angel article about her wanting the team to be held accountable for their moves and the things were being ran in the organization. You know what I'm saying? Said. So this came out, like I said again. So we knew it was a spin piece. So like I said, this is another spin article that they hit against Angel.
But didn't Angel do this interview where it was video of it, right?
Yeah, she did that shoot around. Remember the team communicator, I guess the PR person was right there. The guy that we thought was the team bodyguard, but he's not. He's just the team. But
PR.
He was right there, yeah. He was the team PR person. He the one that signed off on this because he could have shut it down at any time. He did. Mm-hmm. So he didn't think anything Angel said was wrong.
No, he didn't. He could have stopped him, but he did.
And so, but like I said, you let the front office sports by an Constable article come out. You would think she said everything but a child of God by her teammates, and that wasn't true.
That wasn't true. But she did say we not championship contenders. She did say that. And it's okay. But it was the truth.
And she said the facility. She said the facility it was better, but she wasn't sure it was gonna be good enough for them to attract free agents. That's why they had to add more on to try to make it more attractive. Absolutely. That's why it went, because it went from 40,000 feet for the practice facility. It went to 80,000.
Yes,
she did that.
Yes,
and that was the reason why.
It is 80,000 for the check. It is 80,000 feet.
It's the second biggest in the WNBA. Behind, I want to say the Fever have 102,000 feet. I believe the Fever got 102,000 feet. Mm-hmm. But like it's the second biggest.
Yeah, but will they occupy it, brother? That's the whole thing.
Not this season.
Yeah.
And they better hope Deerwood Park don't, repossess their facility back.
Yeah, Bedford Park.
I thought Deerfield. Ain't it Deerfield?
No, it's Bedford.
Oh, Bedford Park.
Yeah, Bedford
Hold on
Park.
1 second. Hold on, y'all.
It's right by the airport, though.
Not repossess the whole building. Hold on.
Yeah, repossess it.
Well. I got one of your brothers, bro, Claude. Thank you, AC Chi-Town Cowards, for becoming a member of my channel. He don't like you no more, bro, Claude.
That's my brother. He loved me.
Thank you.
That's one of my helpers. Oh yeah.
Keep cooking.
So basically, so we get into the end of this season.
So Constable was over there doing that line like she normally do.
Yeah.
And we all heard the video. I don't have the link anymore, but we all listened to it and was like, oh, okay, no big deal. But by the next day, all that shit had blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because she released it early, and she told Angel this will be a end of season interview for her. That's why Julia Poe, one of the horsemen, Julia Poe was very slick with it and releasing this article three games before it's actual supposed to be dispatched. Okay. And that also, brother, messed with her journalistic integrity here at the Tribune, because she was supposed to release this in the season. She chose to do it, which caused the rift in the locker room. It wouldn't have been no locker room if they all was already done and doing their exit interviews, right?
Yeah, because this was released 5 games before the season ended.
Absolutely. So
this was around the time when she got suspended for, I think a 7 technical foul, I believe.
What's up, K-Sap? What's up, boss?
I think she had gotten. As a matter of fact, to add on to the situation, Keysha, pull up what I just sent you to your Instagram. And this will add to this Andy Constable article. Because remember, she did the
Okay, hold on.
Because remember, they did a actual verbal interview, which also caused some controversy behind this.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
When she specifically named teammates and called out, for instance, Courtney Vandersloot, future plans with her, and said there's no one here worth keeping other than a couple. That to me was the most fundamental violation of how you publicly handle yourself as a teammate. And I was surprised how many people were willing to make apologies for that. I should have made it clear in my summation of her remarks when I said no one's really worth keeping, that was my interpretation of the line from the original Chicago Tribune article that said, quote, Reese believes there are only 2 guarantees on the 2026 Sky roster, herself and Cardoso, end quote. So by me being not specific enough, I really muddied the conversation and took the focus off the point that I was trying to make about how I didn't think it was wise to speak publicly about teammates. I stand by my opinion on the comments, which is I think she was right about everything she said about the Sky franchise, and she's right in demanding better, but that I didn't think she should have criticized the roster and specific teammates. And I think it was clear from the reaction of some of her teammates that probably didn't serve her in the locker room or serve the team. But my setup of the question for Anu was sloppy. My delivery was sloppy. And as someone who is really sensitive to how often Angel gets set up to fail by clickbait sites or outright manufactured quotes and claims, I shouldn't have contributed to that by not being explicit and clear in that conversation. So please keep holding me to a higher standard. That's where I want to live. I prefer when you do it nicely, but I'll take it when you don't as well. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I took down the videos of Annie and I talking because those will spread faster than my clarifications about how what I said was not a direct quote of Angel's. But I wanted to make sure I said something here too, because I'm not infallible to mistakes like that. And I just need to be a little cleaner about it, especially in a space where so often women are misrepresented.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you why this is important.
When she specifically named
Oh,
teammates.
I'm gonna tell you why this. I'm gonna tell you why this right here, this story, this interview was important. This was the first time it went over our heads, but this is the first time that Chicago through Andy was telling us that Angel was gonna be traded. Cause remember when Sarah asked the interview that she took down? Remember she asked, "What the percentage chance that Angel Reese would be back on the Sky next year?" Remember Andy Constable said 10 to 20%.
Yeah.
She said in this interview right here, the one that they took down.
Yes.
It went over our head because we just thinking Andy just talking. But Andy was clearly told by Jeff P. she was gonna be traded.
He gonna be traded.
Hell or high water.
He getting up out of there.
And we didn't really start believing that she was gonna be traded until we started noticing the Sky's not showing Angel Reese when it came to highlights and stuff like she doing to other players. Like they really showing everybody else but her. And that's when we start putting stuff together. But before that moment, the first sign was right here. That we did not realize that she was going to be traded. But Andy Constable told us in the same interview, Angel Reese going to be back on the Chicago Sky 10 to 20%. And right then and there, should have raised our eyebrows up and like, oh, they finna get up out of here.
Yeah, because that was the decision. But the thing is that the reason why we did not actually key in and horn in, I would say this, brother, out of my integrity. I was told by a minor that Angel, because the minors wanted Angel here, like Bedford Park wanted Angel here, that they was not going to move Angel, and they was going to hold on to that piece for the following, which you already remember.
Yeah.
That they was going to hold on to that piece no matter what it was, hell or high water, they're going to work that smoke out. And Angel is set because of what they were building the facility on, which I exposed that in the y'all got to go see the Sky Apocalypse, because I broke all of that down and I exposed everything on top of showing me at the facility. But we learned from a minor that the minors did just like with Teaspoon, brother. They didn't want Angel to be gone. They didn't want Teaspoon to be gone. They didn't want Kennedy Carter to be gone. Okay? So these pieces was happening already per Michael Alter, which, you know, we say Jeff P. No, Michael Alter wanted that girl off of his team because he was insulted that she said that she don't think the facility gonna be attractive enough for the bring players here. That's an insult to the owners. And he put in so-called 60, 80 million, which he was only pushed 5.9 on record, 5.9 million towards the facility. You got what I'm saying? So it was an insult. He was already doing bum ass things then, but Angel was 1,000% correct on her perception of what it was. They turned it, used it against her, and then I'm glad that what's her name kind of cleared her name up, but she ain't innocent either, because at the time, see, we lit her ass up on social media. So she had to go and clean that shit up, okay? Because, you know, she a stripper for the Cubs. I mean, anyway, allegedly.
We exposed that too.
Allegedly. I'm just saying. So the thing is that all of this stemmed from what we were told, okay? So, yes, it went over our head because Julia Poe told us then that Jeff P. at that time wanted her off the team.
So that was, like I said, that was the domino effect that we did see. And we did. It wasn't just it wasn't just her and something to the facility that reason why Michael Alter wanted her traded. The reason why Michael Alter wanted her traded, because that was the first time where they did misdeed to players that somebody called them out on it. Because like I said, they mistreated Sylvia Fowles. Nobody cared. They mistreated Delavdon. Nobody cared.
Mm-hmm.
They mistreated Kalia Copper. Nobody cared. They mistreated, you know what I'm saying, Gabby Williams. Nobody cared. They mistreated, you know what I'm saying, Courtney Williams. Nobody cared. They mistreated Leonard Williams. Nobody cared. They mistreated all these Hall of Famers and great players. Nobody cared.
They didn't mistreat Ka. Ka just got.
She asked for a trade when she realized that they was gonna do a rebuild job.
Yes.
They still they mistreated her because, like I said, they could have rebuilt around her. They could have put a better team around her. They wanted to go young, and she didn't want to go young.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different. They still left unceremoniously. She don't want to come back to the Chicago Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason why she even entertained it because of Angel.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Mm-hmm. Other than that, she ain't even want to have nothing to do with the Sky. So she might well say she got mistreated. But all these other players, these great players, these Hall of Famers that I just named, including Candace Parker, who was here when she was well past her prime, got mistreated, including Vandersloot, who left.
Right?
All the players got mistreated. Nobody cared. But the A-list celebrity, everybody cared. Everybody attacked their ass. And that was the first time that their light, their darkness around the organization got a light shined on them. And you had a whole bunch of roaches scattered around because they didn't know that light was shined on them. For the first time, somebody poured out their dirty laundry and everybody was aware of their misgivings and misdeeds. It was no different than, like I said, I'm gonna bring this to the NBA for a second. It was no different than Donald Sterling was misusing the Los Angeles Clippers from 1979 all the way through 2000s. Donald Sterling had discrimination lawsuits, housing discrimination lawsuits, and everything else, and nobody said a thing. But Monty Jones and Jamel Hill had wrote articles about it, and ESPN, when they used to have ESPN the magazine, nobody cared. Everybody just thought Donald Sterling was just Donald Sterling. Nobody cared that he mistreated, what's the guy name? What's the Hall of Famer name? El Jabella. He mistreated El Jabella. Nobody cared. He mistreated, you know what I'm saying, Blake Griffin, and treated like a lot of his black players like slaves. Nobody cared. They only cared when he said something bad about Magic Johnson. When he said, I ain't want that black man at my games, all of a sudden the world woke up. Same thing happened to Angel Reese. Because Magic Johnson is an A-list celebrity. And you ain't gonna disrespect Magic, not in the black community. And that's the same thing with Angel. She's our Magic Johnson. You ain't gonna disrespect Angel in the black community. And everything gonna be cool. So for the first time in Chicago Sky history, out of all the people they mistreated, all the Hall of Famers I just named, they mistreated. Nobody cared. Everybody looked the other way. But when you mistreated the A-list celebrity, that's the first time that nobody could look the other way. Everybody had to look at their ass and like, what you doing? So now they're like, you know what? We need to get rid of her because now she a headache. Nowadays, the longer she on this team, the more that she can expose just by her presence being on the team. Because now the microscope is on them if she was still on that team. And they no longer want that microscope. Now they just want to mistreat people in peace again. Go ahead.
It's not going to never go away, brother. Now, the genie is out.
That part is true. Yeah, the genie is out the bottle.
It is.
It'll never be the same. It's not going to ever be the same. Thanks for Angel, but she was the sacrificial lamb of it that finally broke the camel's back, can I say?
Yes, but I'm going to tell you the difference. I'm going to tell you why it maybe will never go away, but nobody don't care as much now. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. This lawsuit that's currently going on right now, nobody talking about this. But if Angel Reese was still on the Chicago Sky, that lawsuit would be talked about all through social media and everything else. Because that's a big deal. This lawsuit is a big deal.
I just talked about it the day before yesterday. So I
Bro,
talked.
Clark, you ain't made, so we do our thing over here.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the mainstream media.
Yeah. No, they not.
Like these videos, like I'm showing right now, it would have been a lot more videos on this if Angel Reese was still on that team. Because it would highlight how dysfunctional this team is and how dysfunctional it's been around Angel Reese and how this woman is right. But because Angel Reese has been traded, not everybody just not saying everybody looking the other way. Now everybody diverted their attention to something else.
But Duvall, you know the media has always picked and chosen. I'm gonna tell you why. You know, Sophie Cunningham had a lawsuit, and she all out in the.
Oh yeah, she was busting it wide open. We know that. She was busting it wide open. Like I said, nobody cared.
Suddenly but if but she had to clarify comments the other day about she was not happy by her contract and blah blah blah. She had to come in and clarify because a lot of people was hitting her and it was all over the social media. Isn't it funny how we got this selective?
But it's always been like that.
All I'm saying is people are pulling the string behind the scenes too.
Yes. Because like I said, that same lawsuit that you're talking about, where the owner was busting it wide open, to so coming here, nobody spoke about it, not in one time. But that owner would have been Herb Simon of the Indiana Fever. That would have been on every sports website, every Twitter trending topic. But
they have buried it.
No. Because how they would have spent it, like, look what the dysfunction that Caitlyn got to deal with. That would have came down to. They would have spun it forward and be like, look at the dysfunction that Caitlyn got to deal with. You got players sleeping with the owner.
Wonder, do her fans really want her to leave Indiana?
No, because Indiana is a perfect.
Yes, no, they do. The Clarkies want her to leave.
Because I heard a couple of them today, and they sound
the
like they
Clarkies
do.
want her to leave. The ball, you gotta.
They want her to leave if she's not gonna be the focal point.
Yes,
that's the difference. But ideally, the Indiana Fever is the perfect place for it in their mind because it's a white city. It's a white organization, a white team.
Yeah, I get that. I just wonder why they keep. I don't know.
But like I said, they want her to leave. They don't feel like she's gonna be the focal point because it seems like Stephanie White is treating her like how Jeff P is kind of treating Angel. Like you think that Caitlin's the reason why Stephanie White got the job, but it seems like Stephanie White don't want Caitlyn like that.
I don't get that.
No, she do want Caitlyn though. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I sat up there and laughed at them, and I listened to a couple of. I just don't get that. Like, I don't get it at all. Like, I'm usually one of those people that can see conspiracies from around the corner, and I don't get that at all. Like, my spidey senses is not tingling all the ball. I think it's Lulu. Like, you really think Stephanie White conjured up because she did stuff what other people did when they trying to get out of one job, conjured up all this shit to go over there to the perfect place where she close to her family and all that, just to run the franchise player out of town? Like, really? Stephanie White?
So you saying I'm saying that?
No, I'm talking about the Clarkins believe that, but I don't get it at all.
They believe that because of this. They so used to Caitlyn playing the way that she wants to play. And if any idea that anybody give her any pushback or any critique on her way of doing things is a violation of Caitlyn Clark human rights. That's how they look at it.
No,
Let me explain this to you so y'all know. And before we get too far, I just want to say one thing so people in the chat, you guys on the panel can understand what you're dealing with. I was listening today, and they had the first preseason game because I'll be listening.
Yeah,
I don't be subscribing, but if it come up and recommend. I click on it and say, let me see what this did. Okay, so I'm listening.
Right.
And they
Makes
was
sense.
talking about the preseason games and how they went. And I was curious as to what they felt.
Mhm.
And I got to the point, I guess I came in the point where they was talking about Maisha Hines Allen.
Mhm.
And these people said, yeah, we might need to rethink what we thought, y'all. I thought Maisha Hines Allen was a way better player than Natasha Howard.
Mhm.
And but we might have been wrong by that. And
They
Fulan came up on the panel and was like, the hell told y'all Maisha Hines Allen was ever better than Natasha Howard. And they were like, well, because of the way Natasha Howard plays and blah, 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 blah. He was like, that woman is a Hall of Famer. Yeah, we knew that, but we just thought Maisha would bring more to the table.
What?
they try to convince themselves.
We thought she was an all-star.
They try to convince themselves that Maisha Hines Allen was better than Angel Reese.
Well, Maisha Hines Allen she's a rare talent. She's a big.
Yeah.
She's a 5 that can put
Yeah.
the ball down
Of course.
and shoot. Okay. But
Yeah,
she's
we get that, Broclaw. That's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, do you ever think in your I'm telling you what people understand.
Yes.
That you have to understand that these people have not been a part of this sport long.
No.
Because they thought Maisha Hines Allen was a better player than Natasha Howard
Nowhere near.
for her entire career.
Yeah, nowhere near.
Because she made the All-Star team one time, and they really thought Maisha Hines Allen was better than Angel Reese. There was a argument on threads about that.
Not even
And I'm sitting up there listening to them like,
not even close.
I mean, I like Maisha, but did y'all really think she was gonna be like they thought she was one of the missing pieces.
And they thought that her bad season last year was held back because of Paige Beckers.
Because of Paige Becker. Yeah. So you gotta understand it. I said all this to say this. People spin narratives not knowing the facts of it. They just spinning narratives. Like, how was Maisha held? So the year before, I forgot what Maisha was.
She was in Washington. She was in Washington.
She was held back by them too.
No, but she had a better season in Washington than she did in Dallas last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was a sought after free agent after Washington.
Yeah.
And she made she had, I think her All-Star season she scored 17 and 10, I believe.
Yes.
So yes. So the thing is, this is what going back to Stephanie White, why people criticize Stephanie White the way they did, and they want her and Kaiten to leave Stephanie White.
How long ago that was?
That was a while ago. Yes.
6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
My thing is, when it comes to Stephanie White is the first coach, probably in Caitlin Clark history, that held her accountable and that's not afraid to point out her mistakes and shortcomings in the media. Because Lisa Blue especially did. Her high school coach didn't. Chrissy Size didn't do it. But Stephanie White did. And what really makes the Clarkies upset is when Erin McDonald and Austin Sims played better than Caitlin last year, and Kelsey Mitchell proving that she's the best player on the team.
Yes.
And that's what they really mad about. Because the Clarkies trying to convince themselves that Caitlin Clark is this all-time great player that's one of the best players of all time. But how can you convince yourself that she's one of the best players of all time if she's not even the best player on her team?
She's not.
And so the more Stephanie White try to fire that light of Kelsey Mitchell is the best player on the team, the more that those Clarkies want Kate to relocate.
Yes.
Because they feel like at that point, Stephanie is holding Caitlin back.
Yes. And she not building the team around her. She building the team around the fire, period.
Yeah.
And which is insane because I played that for the chat yesterday that if you man Keysha to play that for the people, you know what I mean, about what the Clarkies actually said on Jason Whitlock's show about how their theory of what
You have it? You have it?
yes, I'm finna bring it up right now for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm finna bring it
Yeah,
up.
the Clarkers are. I just sat over there, was like, what is he even talking about? I was
So
confused.
yeah, so I'm finna bring it up right now so y'all can see
About, I mean,
exactly what we talking about. You
she
right
was
on it, though,
also,
brother.
but she was. I mean, I was like, she was also what once in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Bro, Carl, put your Instagram thing down.
He like doing it. He show all this stuff. He don't care.
I be trying. I be trying to evolve.
Where is it?
Hold on a second. I be trying to evolve. I'm sorry. You gotta forgive me.
Go ahead, goofball. Y'all see, I'll send him messages. He don't pay no attention to it.
Don't be doing that,
Anyway.
Keisha. Don't be doing that, Keisha. I'm sorry. Let me take it down. Sorry, Duval.
Telling all your business. Well,
I
it's for
know.
Duval. It's for you, you crazy mo.
It's all right. Here y'all go. Okay. So
there we go.
Okay, there we go.
All right, hold on. All right.
Okay, here go the voice. All right.
Okay.
Stop.
X out of that.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Televised on national TV. That's amazing. And we know why that is. Because of Caitlin Clark. And so it's not the Indiana Fever that are getting all 44 of their games on national TV.
Crazy.
It's Caitlin Clark who's getting all 44 of her games on national TV.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But this goes into what I even said to Whitlock, where I said, even during the free agency and during the draft, the whole Ravens, a lot of the things the Indiana Fever have done signals to them trying to be successful without Caitlin Clark rather than with her. Going and getting Raven Johnson, going and doing this, getting all these small guards. Kelsey Mitchell's the number one priority. Kelsey Mitchell, we want her to be here forever. Kelsey Mitchell, it seems like they want to win without Caitlin Clark. And then you had Kelly Crosskoff and them talking about how they want to make the Indiana Fever like Apple. Apple is more than an iPhone. There's iPads, MacBooks, all types of stuff. They want this to be more than Caitlin Clark. And they have tried minimizing her at every turn. We've been calling it out. There's no way Caitlin Clark shouldn't have been in the front of this damn flyer to saying all 44 games. What sense does that make? It doesn't. Whitlock, you on to something, bro.
Everybody knows that Caitlin Clark is the reason for the season. That's it. She's the reason.
1,000%. Caitlin Clark told them, hey, y'all need to lock into a room. We need to get this thing together.
But look at how the Indiana Fever, just a small little paper cut. You may not even notice that it's a cut, but it's obvious to anyone that's listening or watching or has their eyes open. This is the presentation. For those of you that can't see it, the Indiana Fever went on their social media feed on Twitter and put out a deal. All 44 national TV games. And they pictured 3 Indiana Fever players, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark. And Kelsey Mitchell is centered. And she's flanked by Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. You would look at this visual presentation and assume Kelsey Mitchell is the most important player on the Indiana Fever.
I told y'all you got to pay attention. When they be saying Kelsey Mitchell's the number one priority, this and that, they are talking beyond free agency. Stephanie White got on camera and said, we want an offense that prioritizes what Kelsey does well. They mean her being a priority.
And yesterday.
All right, pause that foolishness. Okay. Because she got the center, huh? Okay.
So this is what they think. This is KTV is the avenue of thought of these people. They are so sick of fame. They can't realize that Stephanie White is trying to build around Caitlin Clark to make her more able to score in a efficient way of bringing in a Raven Johnson, bringing in the guards that she's bringing in to help facilitate, because she did last year had to bring in Odyssey Sims and
Yeah.
Ari McDonald. Do they remember? So they didn't want to sign Ari McDonald off of an injury, and for whatever reason was not bringing back Odyssey Sims. Okay, an older guard. So they went a younger plot. It's still Ari McDonald and Odyssey Sims, but it's Raven Johnson and what's her name? The younger guard name. I forgot her name. But anyway.
Okay.
I can't even believe I'm talking about this. But anyway, we're looking at the weirdos, and then of course the sycophants and fat ass Jason Hogmaw eating ass Whitlock put out a narrative of how cancerous it could be. Of it's not Indiana Fever who getting 44 games. It's Caitlin Clark who's getting 44 games, and she only played 13 goddamn games last year. As if the Indiana Fever did not go to the playoffs, almost beat the Aces last year. As if. But that's the difference between the Indiana Fever fans and the Caitlin Clark sycophants. The Indiana Fever fans know that they went with Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell very far last year without Caitlin Clark playing 13 games. That's what the Indiana Fever fans want. They don't care nothing about who get them there. They want to be there because they have not been, just like the Chicago Sky fans, Keysha. We haven't been there in 4 years, 5 years. It's been a drought. It's been worse than worse, 30-point losses. They don't care how they get there. The Chicago Sky fans don't care how they get there and who is supposed to be. God damn it, we don't give a shit about a Courtney Vandersloot getting some praiseworthy about some shit. We want our team to win. We don't care about none of that. And that's all upon the sickness of being a idol worshiper that I'll be telling y'all about. They don't care about none of this stuff. And the integrity of it all, Jason Whitlock don't have any, of course, but the journalistic and integrity of it all, because we bringing it here and we talking about it, is that don't you want your team to be the best in the league that they playing in?
You would think. You would think.
I'm done.
Well, let's break up this last part so we can wrap this up, because we kept people for 3 hours. So go to your heavy.com in your Instagram. It's right above the AOL.com article.
I got it. Hold on.
And this will put a full final bow.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Because they'll bring it back to today.
I have to go get my purse. Broke Law was in his soliloquy. Hold on.
Cooking like fish grease, Gary.
Yeah. Hold on.
You know, Duval be hot. Listen, hot commodity. Duval be bringing them topics. Let's go.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you, brother.
You already know.
So if you go down, this is basically the Vandersloot, when Vandersloot said what she said recently. So, among many other things that she said in this article, she basically blamed Angel and her fans for speaking out of turn when it comes to
Yeah.
Yeah, she blames us.
Speaking out of turn. Speaking
yeah.
out of turn.
Hmm
That
But
goddamn
most
profile.
importantly, Duvall, she blames us, the fans,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
because she feels like we empower Angel to
So
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so did Isabel Harrison.
Yes.
Hmm
So did Dana Evans,
Dana Evans. Yes. Dana Evans definitely said it.
and probably quiet, probably Ari Atkins and Rachel Battle
Yes.
and Haley Van Lith.
I don't think Haley had nothing to do with it. I think that Haley just shut down and shut up like she did and went far off into the sunset that we didn't see her.
She
She
was
got
in the
very
storage
smart.
room.
She went to the storage room. She went to the storage room and hiding because you know I'm gonna tell you this, brother. This ain't the first time Haley seen Angel say what she say. She was her teammate, and
Yeah.
she saw it even get a little, you know what I mean, little time off on her, you know, in Angel senior year.
I
So
mean,
she
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 just
know how she pop off.
yeah, she know how
But
she
I think
pop.
the difference was when you read that front office article, Haley Van Lith name was named in particular, saying that she wasn't good enough to carry them to the playoffs.
Yeah,
And I think that what got misconstrued. Because like I said, that's where the players only meeting came in at. Not off the Julia Poe article, off the front office sports article.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they
Don't you think it's funny, Devon, that the only person responding to this is Vandersloot and not the rest of those? But
Yes,
no.
yes.
I think in the case it's funny, but I can understand why Ari Atkins say respond. Because I think Ari Atkins just wanted to move on.
She just wanted to go.
Because I read this the other day. I didn't know Ari Atkins, Rachel Bannum, and who was the other one that they named were getting harassed on social media by quote unquote Angel fans. But they said there were three of them.
Yes,
It
they
was
was. They was. And Rebecca Allen.
Rebecca Allen, yeah. So
Yeah, they
so
was.
they and so if that's the case, in Ari Atkins' case, she just want to move on. And Haley Van Lith knows this is a no-win situation where she could speak on anything.
I will say that there was fans. This is the truth. There were fans after games going to their, you know what I mean,
Instagram.
Instagrams and Twitter X's, leaving them bad messages like you played
Yeah.
like shit tonight and you need to go to school. Now these were just, it could be Chicago Sky fans or Angel fans. They can't depict who it was, but you
Sometimes
know,
it be Clarkie fans that's disguised as
it could
Angel
be, and
fans.
it could be Clarkie fans disguised as Angel fans too. But I'm a Chicago Sky fan, and I say if they play like a piece of shit and was giving it up and not playing, I have a right as a fan of my team to pick out any player that has a bad day. I have a right to talk about that. You got what I'm saying? But they were going to their Twitter X's, which I would never do. And they were saying all of these things, so Angel got the blame. Why? Because Angel got the biggest light. So of course they're gonna point the finger at Angel because Angel is the brightest star that's shining in the whole WNBA, let alone on the team.
But I think they were most important about they were pointing out they would get harassed after like the what's it called, the article?
What?
But the front office sports article.
Yeah, that too. But they also was getting beat up, brother, during the season.
Yeah, so it was happening before that, but I think it got worse after the front office article, especially when like Ari Atkins started speaking about saying that on behalf of the organization we support Angel Reese gets suspended. You know they really sit well with Angel fans. What the hell you mean you support? You support white people that been mistreating, their players since 2006. What the hell you supporting?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So basically, like I said, in this article right here, if you go down, you see, if you go down, Keysha, you see where Vandersloot was like basically reliving, well, you got to go up now because I guess you went
Yeah,
down
I was
further.
already down there, but you made it seem like I needed to go further down. So
Nah, you got to go up then at this point. Well, she basically, like I said, she basically blamed the following and woman nine felt like basically saying Angel spoke out of turn, but there ain't nothing she spoke out of turn about. If the organization was underperforming, the organization needed to be told that was underperforming. Because I don't see Vandersloot said anything about Jeff P spoke out of turn when he spoke on Angel Reese injury.
That's right.
And said that she needed to do more, knowing that she was coming off an injury, knowing that she was still injured before the season
and he didn't
started.
care. He talked about her and told him he need more from her. But
Yeah.
I guess that's okay.
And she didn't speak out on about that. I ain't see one article said that Jeff P spoke out of turn.
No,
But
she wasn't gonna say that. It's a double standard. She liked Jeff P. She just didn't like Angel.
Right.
Nah, it's not that she like Jeff P and she don't like Angel. She know Jeff P works for her. Angel don't work for her. That's the difference. She know that Jeff P gonna always be not say good gracious for her, but always gonna be ingratiated and grateful for her for what she did to change that man's life for the better. What that man was before that lady came along was a middle school coach. That's what he was. He didn't have a business. He didn't have anything to call his own. Mm-hmm. She helped him get a business. That's in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
She the reason why that he got hired within the organization in the first place.
It's on the north side. Go ahead.
Yes. So all of this that she got, all of that he got because of her.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows that. So she know that, hey, he will always owe her. Angel know that she don't owe her shit.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, the organization owe Angel. She don't owe them a goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
She put money in their pocket. And they ain't put no money in Angel's Vandersloot's pocket.
No.
And so, if you know that, okay, if everything I got because of you, you gonna always be beholden to that woman. And that's what Jeff P did. He behold himself to Vandersloot. Because this was the only team where she could go to and be in charge.
Yes.
Only team.
Yes.
All other teams, she would have had to come off the bench.
Absolutely.
Every other team she would try to sign to or even had any inquiries to even consider her, she would have had to come off the bench.
Absolutely.
This the only team that the Chicago Sky where not only she would be a starter and would get a lot of minutes, but she would be in charge.
Right.
She is in charge. 37-year-old is in charge.
She is in charge.
She's on the way out more than she finna into her prime.
That's right.
But no organization she would even have anything close to that. But she knows she would have all that because she know the man that's running the organization owes her a favor and always will owe her a favor until the day that he die.
Yes.
So he will always have to be beholden to that woman because what she did for him in more ways than one.
Yes.
And that's why she got to run things the way that she see fit. That's why she said at her own mouth, we made decisions when it came to bringing players in that fit the Chicago Sky mantra. She said we. She didn't say he.
She said
she
we.
said we. That means I made these decisions. She said she was in those rooms. She sat down with these free agents. That means she signed everybody, including Skylar Diggins' ass.
She sat down with everybody.
Everybody.
She sat down with every single person.
Yes. That's why I don't have no doubt when they made that trade, she was part of that decision too. Because like I said, we could re-show that replay of that video where
of course she was.
the fan.
She wanted Angel gone.
Of course.
She won Rikia because of Azure.
Yes.
She didn't directly win Rikia. Rikia is only coming here because of the trust of Azure, not because of Courtney Vandersloot.
No, of course not.
No.
And all of that, but like let me tell you something. Los Angeles want her ass up out of there.
Yeah.
That coach did not want Rikia no more.
At all.
She kept bitching Rikia throughout stretches of the game because Rikia can't play defense, don't want to play defense. And Rikia had arguments with that coach throughout the season because she kept getting sat down because of her defense. That's why if you pull up the video, we don't got the video now, but there's a video out there where Ezra Stevens speaking on Rikia Jackson being a two-way player. That's not on accident.
Yeah, but I think that is a stigma because Rikia Jackson is not a cone. We could see on Tennessee she wasn't a cone either. She's not a cone.
But her defense was bad the first 2 years. Yeah.
I mean, that's a plague. You know, that sometimes you know how it go. They want to label you. She's not a Caitlin Clark. She can play defense.
She
Caitlin
can.
Clark, a cone.
Yeah,
okay?
she's
Rikia,
historically bad.
Rikia don't play as we want her. What we would say is she don't take advantage of the defensive aspect of the game like we want her to. Okay, we know that she can be better. Okay, because we did see her in Tennessee, right? She was one of the top defenders in her junior year. Is that correct?
Yeah, she's more than capable.
She's more than capable, like you said. So the thing is that now that it's a stigma, and then Utah, the Utah coach that's now the Sparks coach, they play tough in Utah. They play straight up scrap ball, and Rikia Jackson is not that. You're 1,000% right. She's just not that mucky up the water type of defender. She never have been. You got what I'm saying? But she can't play defense. She's not a cone. Like Rachel Banham is a cone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's not that. She's long, she's lanky, she can smooth her feet, she quick. Okay, but what she has to do is be cognizant on how to shift her body with the person she's sticking. I would agree on that, but she had a couple blocks in this game. You got what I'm saying? So she can play defense. It's just if she chooses to, if she being lazy or not. You know what I'm saying? Like Tanaya Latson admitted that she was lazy on defense because she was asserting herself to play a lot of offense. You got what I'm saying? So it happens in the game, and what you're saying is 1,000% right. They did not want her, and it was time for her to go. So she said herself, though, to give y'all the report, Rikia Jackson said she chose to come to Chicago. That's the destination that she wanted. She had two destinations that she could go. She could either go to Connecticut or she could go to the sky.
That ain't even no. Okay.
You know she wasn't gonna choose Connecticut.
I was about to say that ain't really options like you know. But hey,
they said Dallas, but I don't know how true that is. I would never put. I wouldn't. I know what I heard.
I want to say, KSAP, we do sleep. I'm headed to go get my son from work.
I'm finna get up off of here with them. I'm finna get up off of here.
They got until I get back in this car. That's what they got.
Yeah, you wrap this up because we basically broke down.
Yes.
From the beginning all the way to now. Like I said, this is where, like I said, it basically ends at because this is what the article came in last week. So the bottom line of this situation was.
I got a question for both of y'all before we go though.
Yeah.
Who do y'all, when it's all said and done, who do you think will win the trade?
Chicago.
It's not even close.
You're not even close, like Duvall said. Chicago got a superstar. Rikia Jackson gonna be a superstar. Ariel
Y'all
Act
think
is not even
Chicago
close
wants
to
to trade?
Oh, you talking between Angel and
Ariel
Chicago, or
Yes, I'm asking. When it's all said and done, when this trade go down in the books, and we bring this topic up years from now, who do you think would have won the trade? Which organization?
between who, Chicago and the Dream?
No,
Yes.
Chicago and the Sparks.
No,
See,
I'm talking about the Angel Reese trade.
Angel, the
it's not even
Dream.
close.
Yeah, not even close. The
It's
Dream.
not even. Long as Angel don't get hurt, she gonna be All-Star this year. She gonna be All-Star next year.
That's already etched in stone, Keysha, because they gave up one of the draft picks already. One of the draft picks, the 2027 is gone.
No, that's for their own draft pick. That would make it worse.
Oh, it was their own draft. Okay.
That would make it worse.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's the 2028 draft pick.
Yeah, that's what makes it worse then. That's what I'm saying.
So basically,
here to bring you. No, he keep claiming he gonna always say he in win now mode.
So basically, the next 2 years in the two historically great drafts, Chicago Sky would not have a chance to get a generational type player.
Not at all.
You know what people are saying? People are saying Chicago Sky, even the Clarkies, they don't have no excuses. They should win in the playoffs. I was like, yeah, because they blamed it all on Adri. She was the cancer in the locker room, right? She's gone. They brought in all these capable players. The GM is saying he can win now. They got young talent, veteran talent. There's no more excuses.
No, ain't no excuse. No, ain't no excuse. Chicago Sky gonna always be a key.
Chicago is a playoff team, like to go far. Like really?
Listen, let me tell you this. Chicago was before Caitlin and Angel. Chicago and Indiana is always going to be a rival. We don't like each other, just like we don't like the Green Bay Packers. Indianapolis is a small house with a basketball tenure. We didn't like Reggie Miller, and we don't like motherfucking Caitlin Clark. So that's it.
Right.
We didn't like Kelsey Mitchell. That's why I didn't care. You dig what I'm saying? We don't care what they do over there. It's the Midwest thing. So we always.
I like Kelsey Mitchell. You can go there.
Yeah, no, we love Kelsey. No, we love Kelsey. I'm just saying, as a team, as a rivalry, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Jordan Love is a cold quarterback, right? You heard me say that. But we don't give a shit because he on Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say this and then we can wrap this up. So basically, they say they got rid of Angel because she a cancer.
Right.
But then they brought in somebody that's considered the house in Virginia and Skylar Diggers. So if you know what house in Virginia means, then you know what I'm saying, do your homework. I can't say the actual word.
Remember when we was at the beginning of this live and I said all that stuff you were saying about Kennedy Carter, you said Skylar did that and then some.
And some.
And the organization brings in what they claim was too much for them.
Sky Digger blew up 3 franchises. She blew up 3. Dallas, Mercury, Seattle. But like I said, reason why they not afraid of Skylar because they don't have to worry about Skylar fan base. Skylar don't have one. They're not afraid of Angel. They're afraid of her fans. Her fans is the one that held their ass hostage. Not Angel. If Angel ain't had no fans, Angel would be no threat to them. Angel probably still be on the team.
And that's why what Brokaw said earlier is the truth. You know why I say this? And I know you don't think so, Jabal, but I'm going to say this. Because of that fan base, we not going to forget what they did to Angel.
Oh, no. No, I get that. But what I'm saying is like now if they do their dirt against somebody else, it's not going to mean as much. It's not going to be as big of a news. At this point, we
waiting to, you know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Everybody waiting to shoot. Everybody shooting. Everybody gonna shoot the ball.
I'm just saying
Everybody
we
gonna
all
shoot
waiting.
the
Ooh, see,
Mm-hmm.
my go vindicated. Wait a minute,
Yeah,
my go
the
vindicated
genie is
again.
out the bottle. You can't put that boy in. It's a wrap.
That's all I'm saying, Devon. It's like,
Yeah.
my coach tried to tell y'all that. Look at that. Look, Angel was trying to say it. Look.
Good thing about it. This to tell you the truth. That's why I say all those other players that they mistreated. And nobody cares. I'm gonna tell you why Angel is different. That's the only time in the history of their franchise that a sold out game has screamed out fire Jeff P. They could have said fire James Wade, who was a worse GM than Jeff P. Let's be real.
Yes.
They could have said fire the woman coach that Deladar really liked it. They ain't do none of that. They said fire Jeff P out loud in front of everybody where Vandersloot looking kind of uncomfortable.
She was uncomfortable. We want her to be because we gonna boo her ass when she come to Chicago. She finna get booed. So everybody be ready. Have your popcorn on the first day.
Preseason game.
Oh yeah, the first when they played Wednesday.
Yes. How you think the atmosphere gonna be?
Oh, and you're gonna get a standing ovation.
Uh-huh.
And then they might do a 5GP chant again.
No, they're gonna play. No, they're gonna 5GP and boo Courtney Vandersloot in the first game in Chicago. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Watch it. You have your popcorn ready because this finna happen.
Yeah, with
Ooh, that's gonna be. But I'm just saying that's a sticky situation because you got the former player coming, who was beloved, and you got the one that putting out hit pieces. I don't know if Vandersloot thought that completely out.
She didn't think that out.
None of them thought that out. They thought what they really banked on was based on Angel Reese's perceived reputation from LSU, that people was on side with the oppressor instead of the oppressor. Because with LSU, everybody side with the oppressor. They side with the locker room over Angel because of the Caitlin Clark situation. Oh no, of course the black people did, but you know who run the media. You know who run the media? The white people.
I'm just saying, they probably wouldn't. They wasn't ready for that either. They thought, no, that was like a rallying call. We took that like Million Man March. Like what?
No, she wasn't. Listen, y'all just have your popcorn. That's all I want to say.
I mean, I had people asking me about that girl don't even follow women's basketball. I was like, what they doing in that poor little baby? Why they doing
what
that?
They doing to that baby out there? Yeah.
Like
my auntie, listen, my auntie is almost 90 years old. She said, yeah, it's a shame, Cloud. You be careful, because they in the mob. She said they shouldn't have did that gal. Like hey, Auntie Thelma, if you listening, she probably listening. My Auntie Thelma was like, yeah, Cloud, they shouldn't have did that baby like that.
Yeah, for her like their own niece,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, people that don't even, because people in your family, and you like, they don't even follow that sport, and they ask you what. And especially the one thing that brought people to the front of the yard, especially the culture. When they start talking about, they trying to invite the losing team to the White House. That blew up.
Oh yeah, the whole thing. That's the culture. You mess with the culture, then
you got people that even watch the game. Like, talking about, I mean, did them girls win? What kind of mess is this? Oh, here we go with that shit, that bullshit.
That whitewash. That's that. Hey, that's that whitewash. Oh, Caitlin Clark, she did so good in the game. She should come too.
Right. So a lot of that shit blew up not even around basketball, just about the the injustice that people
Yeah,
perceive to be. Yeah.
yeah. That how Caitlin Clark got a fan base built.
Well,
It got built around that, and that's why I
well,
said
Angel got
in that
hers
sit,
built around that too.
huh?
Angel got hers built around that too.
Oh, yeah, of course, both of them. But I'm talking Caitlin before then. Angel was bigger than Caitlin.
so the thing is that let me
I
just give
agree.
y'all straight up. Kaylin is white culture. Angel is hip hop culture.
Yes,
Okay,
100%.
the hip hop culture, the original base of hip hop culture is what it is. It is a rebellious culture. Okay, fight the power. All of the all the different communications because the word woke come from the hip hop culture. And I heard a great comedian say they try to change the name woke to be a political type of thing. But no, in the black people culture, woke mean don't have your eyes closed, don't be sleeping,
Right.
wake your ass up.
Right.
You get what I'm
It
saying?
don't mean what they talk about today. No, it don't
In
mean that.
political terms, woke mean black. That what they.
Yeah,
That what
right
they try
now.
to.
But
That's now.
that's what woke was supposed to be about.
No, woke
But
originally supposed to be like
but
saying they'll be asleep to the knowledge.
That's right.
right. So, yeah. But
Of
you
what's
know
going
another thing
on.
what Bro Claude says? Bro Claude, you know another thing though?
Go ahead.
With hip hop culture comes a lot of cultures
Yes.
because we appeal to a lot of different cultures. So that coalition is what's behind Angel. Not
Yes.
just the black culture, if that
Hip
makes
hop culture.
sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Which
Oh yeah, hip
encompasses
hop
many.
culture been expanded. Now, Keysha, remember we were talking about it's in
Yeah,
Japan
it's
and China
expanded.
and all of that right
It's
now?
not just us anymore.
No, it's not just us anymore. Angel
Angel
is appealing to
represent.
those people too. And
She
what
represent cool.
the case that Duvall was talking about. Angel is appealing to all of those people, the different nationalities now plugged into the hip hop culture. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
it's
got
just like I said to wrap this up. Like I said again, Angel represent cool. That
Yes.
what it comes down to. Like I said again, with LSU, when she got to her misstep with whatever happened in that locker room, we won't have to rehash it. But the white media sided with the locker room over Angel because they wanted to get back at Angel because of what she did to Caitlin. But with Chicago Sky, even the white media sided with Angel
Yes.
because they couldn't side with dysfunction.
Yes.
They white media with good conscience could not stand 10 toes down with dysfunction.
Yes.
No.
So that's why when that happened, Angel had to go. Because she would always have to remind them that no, I'm right, y'all wrong, and the light is shined on you now because of it. When beforehand, they could just mistreat people and nobody cared.
Right.
It was a footnote.
Absolutely.
So that's the conclusion of the hit piece that came out against Angel from her rookie year all the way up to last week. So Angel, she's free. Chicago, now you got spotlight much heavy on you because, like I said, based on the moves that you made, pre and post, say this Angel situation. And so from there, we will see the dysfunction and the destruction of the organization sooner rather than later.
Hey, I want to read one thing before we leave. Khalil Black said, woke is pay attention. Don't be sleep to the beat. Don't be a sheep, peep gang. Don't let anyone get over on you. Yeah, that's what it was. That's how it was explained to me when I was coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
hey, don't just believe everything somebody tell you.
That's right.
Gang.
Believe none of what you hear and some of what you see.
Basically.
Right. But hey, this was a great y'all. We already. I know we said we was gonna have a panel, but I mean, let people up on the panel. But guess what?
Went too
It's
long.
been 3 hours, and we've been running our mouth, and it's all the ball fault. So y'all blame
Yeah.
him, but I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna take the blame at all on this one. Go ahead, the ball is all yours. You got it, brother.
Nah, I
Oh,
don't
you
got much to
go
say. Like I said, I don't got much to
Go
say.
ahead.
Just like I said, again, we just again, like I said, that just explained the timeline so everybody really caught up on why everything happened the way it did. And so at the end of the day, let's just remember that, you know what I'm saying, Chicago Sky is a incompetent organization that can't get out of their own way. They lost a transcendent type franchise player on and off the court. And so now they're going to pay for it.
Yeah, and go check out my Sky Apocalypse. I break everything down all the way. I break all of the money expenditures. I break down. I show you that me outside. I took a video of me just personally being outside. Showed you all the different spaces at the facility. I also went into all of the coverage of each and every reporter that was a beat reporter during the time of Angel being in Chicago and the transition all the way up to what expenditures was being spent on the facility with Bedford Park and Chicago Sky, and what they printed, what they lied and printed in both editorials, the Sun Times and the Tribune, which Tribune redacted um, their editorial that Julia Poe had put. They retracted that, but they did not. Sun Times did not retract Annie Constable's editorial. Journalistic journal in the Sun Times about the Chicago Sky and the lies. They still haven't redacted it. They probably do it by the weekend or whatever. But I do know that the Tribune has of this week taken down Julia Poe's journalistic outlook of how much the facility, the expenditures, and all of that stuff. They've taken that off of their page and from their. So, you know, that's a big thing. So y'all know, if y'all know about journalistic integrity, that's a big thing right now because people can get sued, and then it's a lawsuit from Bedford Park, on Bedford Park, and on the Chicago Sky from one of the paralegals and a lawyer. So that's it.
All right, y'all.
Go check it out. Got Apocalypse.
I appreciate my panel. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Thank y'all for being here. It's almost 12:30 at night, and there's almost 200 of y'all up in here. Thank y'all for rocking with me, Duvall, and old bro Cleasy waking up. Thank you for coming up. We out of here.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Peace.
Peace.